Yeah, we're live. It's a UFC 259 triple title fight pay-per-view watch-along. Let's do it. Yes, welcome to the show. I'm Dave. That's Fred. There's AJ. It's UFC 259 night, guys. Yeah. What's up, boys?
Not much, man. Usual technical glitches.
You're having glitches? What's happening? What's the matter?
Well, he's not centered right now. Like, AJ doesn't know how to get in the middle of the camera.
Yeah.
But just before he had a little mic thing.
Yeah, and you had to
fix it, I think.
You had to fix it for him, right, Fred? That's what happened?
No, I just waited and AJ figured it out.
Oh, nice.
He's getting better, man. He's a veteran, man.
That's right. AJ, you're getting better with that stuff, eh? You're fixing it yourself, figuring it out. I'm proud of you.
It's like a bottle of wine, man. You get better. The older you get, the better you get.
Are you doing the old jokes on yourself tonight? Is that what's happening? You're doing old jokes, AJ? Are you setting me up? It's too easy.
Listen, man. When it comes to wine, no problem. When it comes to tech, lots of problem, man.
All right.
Just don't blame it on the wine like Paulo Costa.
Yeah.
Listen, man. Listen, it could be if it's Uncle Benny's wine, man. Anything could have happened.
Paulo Costa said that he drank too much wine the night before the Israel Adesanya fight, and he was hungover, and that's why he lost. And I say to that, well, man, why did you drink so much wine before the World Championship fight? That doesn't really make sense. And if that did happen, I mean, I don't know. It's just it's a weird thing. Israel Adesanya, of course, is the main event tonight, taking on Jan Błachowicz. Israel is the middleweight champion of the world, jumping up 20 pounds to fight the 205-pound champion, Jan Błachowicz, Polish power. Amanda Nunes defending her UFC women's featherweight title against Megan Anderson in the co-main event. Aljamain Sterling challenging Peter Yan for the bantamweight title. Three title fights here tonight. Islam Makhachev versus Drew Dober. What's that?
4 champions.
What do you mean 4 champions?
I mean, Amanda's a champion.
Oh, yeah. Well, and Amanda's a double
4 champions fighting. So 5 champions. Even
That's
better.
right. That's right. Islam Makhachev, Drew Dober, and then Thiago Santos against Alexander Rakic is going to open the pay-per-view. This is going to be a hell of a pay-per-view. A lot of big fights, a lot of champions, like Fred says, a lot of championship fights. We'll give you our picks here in a minute. I want to recap the action. Nothing's happening so far on the pay-per-view. Right now, they're showing promos for Israel Adesanya. They're showing him knocking out Paulo Costa in his last fight. So no fights have started. We'll tell you when the fights start. Thiago Santos, Alexander Rakic first up. We'll let you know when that one starts. We just saw Dominic Cruz beat Casey Kenny by split decision. I thought Cruz won. It was a good fight. He looked close, good. Man. It was close, but I thought he won.
Second round, I would give it, I was going to give it to Cruz, but the third, Kenny got the second, but the third, man, went to Cruz, but still it was close, man. It could have went either or, but Cruz pulled it off, man.
Yeah, big win for Dominic Cruz, man. Like, he's
the beast.
He'd lost 2 in a row, right? And he's not, 2 in a row. He lost in 2016, and then he lost in 2020.
Yeah. Is he still a full-time fighter?
I don't know. He seems more like an analyst.
More of a broadcaster.
Yeah, that's it. But, when he goes out and fights, he wins, which is always good for the brand, good for Dominic Cruz. Keeps him relevant in the UFC. Keeps him relevant in the bantamweight division. Still an active fighter.
It's all about that, bud.
Kyler Phillips with a nice win, an underdog coming in, beating Song Yadong by unanimous decision before that. He looked good, Kyler Phillips. He won that fight.
He looked.
What's happening, AJ? What is happening? Why are you standing up? What's going on? You all right?
Give me a few minutes. I might have to just step off to the side, but I'll be right back.
Fred, are you still having technical difficulties? What's going on?
Just a little bit. But listen, just to go back to Phillips looked good, man. So did Song Yangdong. That was a good fight. But this Phillips, man, he's something. Wow. Very impressive.
Yeah.
Very, very impressive.
Yeah, he looked really good.
Boys.
You're going to step away? Okay, bye, AJ.
I'll step away.
Yeah,
no. Okay, yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back in a few minutes.
All right.
I'm not even sure what's wrong with AJ. He sounds good.
Yeah, everything was fine. I don't know what's going on with him. He just decided he had to leave. I don't know why. We'll find out later. Did you watch the prelims?
Be odds. No, I saw some highlights. I was watching Coming to America too, actually, which was...
Was it good?
I'll be honest, it was okay. Like I'm a white guy, so I don't know if I should have an opinion on this.
Oh.
Careful, I might get us banned, but
man,
you already banned. Racist, man.
Okay, that's okay. You can say that. I think you just can't go the other way.
Well, I don't know.
I don't want
a bunch of black guys doing fake Africans.
Yes.
African accents.
Yeah.
I don't know. It kind of sounded a little racist.
That's right.
That was my 2 cents.
That's okay. I said the same thing about Apollo Crews last night on our post SmackDown show. So don't worry about it. Apollo Crews came out doing a fake African accent. Yeah, right. And I was like, isn't that racist? I was like, I'm not sure, but it feels like a little racist.
Well, it might not be racist, him doing it, and Eddie Murphy, playing the role.
Yeah.
But me laughing at it, I feel like I shouldn't be laughing at that. So, I don't know, man. It was okay. It wasn't great.
No. Yeah, I haven't watched it. I'm not that interested in seeing it.
Yeah, you're too young.
Yeah, that's it. I didn't really I don't find Eddie Murphy that funny. I know people think he's one of the greatest comedians ever, but I've never found him particularly funny. I'm not a fan. Trevin Jones opened the night with a beautiful knockout of Mario Batista. Really nice win there. Uros Medic. This is a guy to watch out for. He ran through his opponent in 1:40. Then he was super hyped in his post-fight interview to talk to Joe Rogan. He loved Joe Rogan. This guy, and this fight was going on for way too long. This referee should have stopped it. There was a really late stoppage there in that fight. What was the referee's name? I have it here. This referee was, really taking his time. Mark Smith. One of the latest stoppages you're ever going to see. Uros Medic looked great, but, man, he was landing punch after punch after punch on his opponent, and the referee just kind of stood there. It was obviously over. It should have been less than 1:40, It was kind of crazy. Amanda Lemos beating Livia Hinata Souza by TKO in the first round. Sean Brady submitting Jake Matthews. Sean Brady looked really good. I think he's going to be a prospect in the division. Uh-oh. I just got invaded. I think Sean Brady is going to be a big-time prospect in the UFC welterweight division. He's 28 years old. He's undefeated, 14-0. He looks fantastic. Submitting Jake Matthews, who's a really tough guy, beating him tonight. Look out for Sean Brady. I think he's Tom Brady's son or something. I don't know. Looks really good.
I just saw the highlight. I'm on the UFC Twitter page. So
yeah.
That's the arm triangle guy?
Yeah, the arm triangle guy.
Yeah, that nice submission. Just saw it.
And he's undefeated, looked big, strong. He's gonna be a problem. And then Kennedy Znezchukwu, I can't pronounce this guy's name. Just call him Kennedy. Kennedy no. His nickname was the African Savage, and I was like, is that okay? I don't know. That was kind of what we were talking about a second ago. His nickname, he's like, Kennedy, the African Savage. I was like, the African Savage. All right. Okay. Anyways, he was getting his ass kicked by this guy, Carlos Ulberg, who is a very, handsome Australian man, really laying a whoop down on Kennedy until Kennedy came back. Mr. Kennedy came back and knocked him out in the second round. I guess Ulberg, he looked like he tired himself out punching Kennedy, and then Kennedy just started laying it on him. That was a fun fight. A lot of exciting prelims tonight. And then we had, did you see the Tim Elliott thing with Jordan Espinoza? where he's like, "Oh, I hear you choked a woman in 2016." What was the quote exactly?
For real, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
He told that to who? To Jordan? Tim Elliott told that to Jordan?
As he's beating on him, he's like, "Oh, I heard you choked a woman in 2018. I hear you like to beat women, huh?" And then the guy like Espinoza, and he's on top of him, beating him up. And then Espinoza on the bottom goes, "You don't know the full story."
That's hilarious.
And then Elliott's like, "I know enough," and he's like, "I think I can play the audio here for you. I think I can get the audio. I don't know." It was crazy. Is AJ back? I don't know.
I don't know.
And then Elliott's like, "I know enough." He's like, "You don't know the whole story." He's like, "I know enough," and he kept beating on him, and he beat him by decision. That was crazy.
Good.
That was crazy. I think I have it here. Let me see if I can play this for you.
To control those big explosions of Espinoza. And look, he keeps roughing up his nose. Tim Elliott's being he's talking to him.
Yeah, I know enough. You don't know shit. That's what he said. Crazy. And then they stopped the round. Insane. And this was happening while they're fighting. Totally nuts on the early prelims. If you missed that, I'm telling you, Fred, you missed a lot. The Fight Pass prelims tonight were fantastic. All finishes, except for the decision there with Tim Elliott, where he was beating on a guy, talking about how he apparently beat up some woman earlier in his life. Crazy. Crazy stuff on the prelims tonight. And we have Thiago Santos walking into the octagon right now.
This is a good fight, man. I'm hyped for this fight. We got 3 championships, but this fight, Santos and Rakic, man, it's a great fight.
Yeah. Santos, he's 37 years old. He's coming off 2 straight losses. But he was on a tear going into this. He beat the current champion, Jan Błachowicz, in 2019, and then he fought John Jones for the title. He lost a split decision. He looked good in that fight, but he got hurt. Didn't he get both his knees redone? Didn't he get, like, double knee surgery, and then he was out for
the John Jones fight? Yeah.
Like, after the John Jones fight. Yeah. His knee had to get redone, at least one. And then he came back, and he fought Glover Teixeira, and he looked good early on, but then Glover kind of wore him out, man. Glover's hard to put away, you know, and Thiago just kind of got tired and couldn't finish him. That's it, and Glover managed to get a good takedown and submitted him because he's a black belt and he's very strong, and I think he's a #1 contender for the light heavyweight title. So, you know, Glover.
Who you guys picked in this one?
I've got Thiago Santos. I
got Rakic. I like.
I think I have Thiago Santos. I forget who I picked on the show on Thursday. If you're just joining us here tonight, if you're new to the show, we're on every Thursday night, 8 p.m. for Ringside Report MMA. We recap everything in the world of mixed martial arts. We talk about everything UFC. We preview this card here. We preview all the UFC cards on Thursday nights, and then we watch them here on Saturday nights with you. Shout out to everybody on the chat: Jason Pete, Douglas Hepburn, Patrick C. Hamilton. I see you, the members. Thank you for becoming members. Support the channel, become a member. Help us pay for these pay-per-views and all the equipment that we have and so on. Become a member of the team. Go to donate.ringsidereport.net, and you could buy merch, like we have this cool merch. This is a cup with our faces on it. Go to merch.ringsidereport.net to buy this. You could buy this right now. This mug that I have in my hand, you can buy it right now.
I got a penguin. My penguin looks stupid.
We'll get you one, Fred. We'll get you one, Fred.
You got a nice mug, and I got a penguin.
I think we have AJ back. AJ, are you back?
Yeah. Jesus.
What happened?
Wow, I don't even know what to say.
AJ, who did I pick for this fight? Do you remember?
Well, you didn't go with the parlay. Yes, you went with Santos on this.
I did, right? Yeah, I'm going with Santos. Who are you going with? This fight's about to start.
I took Santos as well. This is the fight that we said we were just going to go with a straight win. I took Santos as well.
AJ and Fred, you got Rakic?
Yep.
All right. And Santos plus 145, the underdog here going into this fight. So Rakic, the favorite here, I'm seeing about minus 185. Interesting.
Listen, man, Rakic is not a joke. So, I mean, I'm looking at Santos. The only reason I'm going with Santos on this is that he actually has 2 refurbished knees. I mean, his 2 knees were gone. His ACLs, both legs were gone when he was fighting John Jones. So that just goes to show you how strong of a fighter this guy is and as an athlete. When both knees are gone and you can still stand there and go the distance with John Jones, that's incredible. Tonight, he has rebuilt knees like the Bionic Man. Let's see what happens. If his knees are good, and you know what, it's going to be an interesting night. But like I said, Rakic is dangerous. You know, every time we don't pick him, he wins. Tonight, we didn't pick him. Let's see.
Well, he hasn't won on those rebuilt knees. He did lose to Glover Teixeira after the surgery in his last fight.
You're right. But he had another one after that.
But he looked good. No, he didn't. That was his last fight. AJ again. AJ again with just bad facts to start the night.
No,
again, if you're new to the
it's
show,
not even the bad facts. It's the facts that he doesn't believe you. He's like,
that's right. Yeah, you can look at his record. Thiago Santos' last fight was against Glover Teixeira on November 7th, 2020. November 7th, 2020. I remember that fight because I watched it. And I was very excited because I put money on Glover, and he was a pretty big underdog, and he won.
Man, Rakic looks so big, eh?
Yeah, Rakic is tall.
I think he's good. He destroyed Anthony last time.
We are 3 minutes 45, 3:44, 43, 42, 41, 40 in the first round.
10 seconds on me, motherfucker.
Yeah, same here. Listen, first of all, I want to thank my my IT specialist at 10 years old.
Shout out to Noah.
Thank God for him. Shout out to Noah, man. You can come here and you could come and take a bow.
We should get you to promise to buy him something, like on air, man. Noah, what you want, man? Nintendo Switch, what do you need, man?
Yeah, what does he need?
AJ owes you that.
What do you want?
AJ will buy you something. Does he need a Switch?
AJ will take you to. AJ will
Does
take
he
him
have
to
a
Vegas
Nintendo
when
Switch?
He's 18.
Does he have a Nintendo Switch? Get him one. What happened? I think we just lost AJ. AJ, what happened?
Again?
I don't know. He's back.
Nothing.
AJ, did we lose? Does Noah have a Nintendo Switch?
No,
he's 10 years old.
Have one.
He should have one.
No.
Get him one.
He should have one. He's very good, but he plays all these online games.
Oh, yeah.
He plays fishing games. What?
Both these guys being very tentative so far. Rakic controlling the center of the octagon, hasn't landed much. Both, I mean, they know that the other guy is very powerful, and they're not really engaging. They're throwing feints. They're throwing kicks in the air. Oh, there's Santos landed a left hand there.
Jeez. You also had a cracked tibia as well. Like, I mean, Santos's legs are like, he's had everything. I was just listening to some commentary, like
Rakic
ACL,
is testing
meniscus.
them. He's testing them. He's throwing those leg kicks. You know, he's throwing kicks kind of right above the knee. He's testing that knee of Santos because he knows. And Rakic has some big legs too, man. Look at that guy's legs. Look at those thighs, man. Ridiculous quads on this guy.
Oof.
He is big, long, man. Yeah, very long, thick. It's a big 205er here. Rakic could be a problem if he can get through Thiago Santos in this fight. He's going to be one of the top 205ers here in the world. You beat Thiago Santos and you're right there.
You're absolutely right, and we should know better next time because we didn't learn our lesson all the other times. Don't go against Rakic. But again, it's only the first round, man. There's lots of time still to go. We'll see.
Not much has happened so far.
No. But Rakic is just like, he's testing him, Santos is not throwing much, man. He's just like...
Well, no. That's what I'm saying. They're very tentative. His range. Yeah, they're not really...
Rakic is throwing those leg kicks, like you said. He's going for the knees. He's going for the inside thigh kicks, the outside. He knows, wow.
Santos
that kick over the head. that was dangerous.
Mm-hmm. But it didn't land. That's the thing. They're throwing shots, but and it's mostly air they're hitting so far early in the fight there. But you could see it looks like a little bit of a welt on the left leg, on the left calf there of Thiago Santos.
Yeah, there is a welt. I see it. You're right, Dave.
Right?
Yep, it's there.
So those leg kicks are having an effect.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he is like darker skin, so, but it's showing through. I can see it.
Yeah, it's hard to see the welt, but I think it's there.
Damn, that's gotta hurt.
So I'd give the first round to Alexander Rakic. First round is in the books. I think Rakic won that round. He did slightly more damage. He landed more kicks. Santos wasn't really able to get through the range of Rakic. Rakic controlling the center of the cage, controlling the range. It was a slightly Rakic round, I'd say. 10-9, nothing special.
Yeah, nothing
I think
special
Rakic
whatsoever.
won.
But Rakic is they're both being cautious. For, obviously, whoever wins is moving forward. That's the thing. It's just, they're trying to be methodical. But the thing with Santos is that he's really taking his time trying to find that range. But like you said, everything that was thrown was mostly kicks from Rakic. And that's enough for that round to go towards him. We'll see what happens in the second and third round. But, a 3-round fight, you don't have much to he's got to win the second round, Santos, or it's pretty much game over.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know about that because Santos is a guy who has the power to finish the fight with one punch. And in a 3-round fight, he could go into the third round down 2-0 and still win. And that's the thing. That's why they're being so tentative, because I think they both have the power to finish it with one punch, and they know it. They know that the other guy is dangerous and could put their lights out. But Rakic is getting more aggressive here. Rakic starting the second round, 4 minutes 30, 29, 28, 27, 26. More aggressive, more in the face of Thiago Santos, pushing the jab.
Yeah. So the coaches of Santos pretty much said, listen, buddy, you're not here to play around. Get to action. So if he doesn't perform in the second round, I mean, he's throwing those, inside kicks, but they're, really ineffective. I mean, they're soft kicks. Maybe he's worried about his knee popping out again, When you go through so much pain with your legs, with tibia cracks, meniscus problems, ACL problems, Freddie knows, even stretching, I have problems with my ACL. I mean, it's nasty. So who knows? Maybe there's that psychological effect as well. Because this guy, Rakic, can throw some heavy, heavy kicks.
Well, I don't know if Santos has thrown a single kick in this fight.
No, he's thrown.
Oh, there's one. Yeah, there's one. There's a little leg kick, but I mean, he's not throwing anything
very soft.
with pop to that. Yeah, you're right. He's not throwing. Yeah, you're right. It's all soft. There's no pop behind any of his kicks.
Look. You would probably kick a punching bag harder than what he throws.
Rakic, is there a little welt on his calf too, Rakic?
There is. It's a little red
Santos,
welt, but nothing.
Santos has just got heavy legs. He doesn't have to throw that strong. I mean, it doesn't have to. It might not look like a power kick, but because he's so kind of muscular,
But he's not really driving into the kick, really getting into that full range of that kick. He's kicking and more snapping. So there's not much power in that. Sure, it connects, you get the points, but it doesn't do much damage.
First bit of clinching against the fence now. Rakic kind of putting his weight on Thiago Santos. We are halfway through the second round.
And you can see Santos is switching steps. So, he's worried about his leg. So he's like, fuck it. I won't always keep that lead leg. My right lead leg, he's changing over, man.
That's what you got to do to avoid those leg kicks.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm just kind of throwing knees.
Yeah, you can see the welts on Santos.
And you can see Rakic, he's throwing little foot stomps, little knees to the knee, knees to the leg of Thiago Santos. He's pushing him against the fence and just throwing these little shots. But it's enough to land, to score points. Oh, but Santos just landed a big knee high up that almost did some damage there to Rakic, but it was just kind of like, just kind of grazed him off the shoulder. It's really close. Oof. Santos with a nice left hand as they kind of circle away from the cage. They're back in the center now with 1:30 to go. This round's been interesting, man.
I just heard Volkanovski says, I'm doing UFC and barbecue, and apparently he has a brand new cooking show, like in his country. He has like a barbecue cooking show as well. So from the UFC to the pit fire.
Pit fire?
Pit fire barbecue, man.
Oh, okay.
It's a pit fire. Thiago doesn't have that aggressiveness at all that I'm like used to, you know, but
no, it's not there.
He's just leaning back. It's not there, man. He's flat. You can't win a fight being flat. And I'm surprised like Rakic is not taking advantage of that. Like really, like if he actually kicks it into third and fourth gear, man, I think Santos is in trouble.
Well, I think Santos is waiting to counter.
He's waiting. He's going to wait a long time. They're going into the third round, and he's lost the second.
Yeah. He's definitely losing this round. He's not landed very much at all. And this fight has been kind of, you know, this has not been a great fight. Oh, Rakic landed a good shot there. Nice straight left.
I don't know, man. Cormier was like saying that the first round was close. I don't see the first round close anywhere. Rakic was won that.
Not much happened.
I mean, well,
not much happened.
Throw anything, Santos.
It wasn't.
So you can't say it's close.
It wasn't obviously in
Rakic.
It wasn't obviously in anybody's favor. Just like this round. Whoa. I mean, Rakic probably won this second round, but goddamn, he hasn't done much. He didn't do much in the first round. He didn't do much in the second round. He landed a few leg kicks. He landed a couple things here or there. But, like, really, I'm looking at the highlights now of the second round. They're showing a Thiago Santos body punch. They're showing a Rakic leg kick. And they're showing there's the one straight left hand that Rakic landed in the last, like, 30 seconds of the round. That was the best punch of the whole fight. Yeah, that counts. But that was the best punch of the whole fight. He landed one solid punch that didn't wobble, didn't really hurt Thiago Santos. Nobody's been hurt in this fight. We're through 2 rounds of a light heavyweight fight, 2 guys with a lot of power, and nobody's really been hit with anything significant. I think it's 0-0 for significant strikes in this fight.
Well, Santos is throwing, man, but a lot of the
Would you call anything significant? I mean, everything's
not at all.
Kind of.
It's been flat, but Rakic is actually trying to engage. He's throwing those kicks. He's throwing those combinations, and they're landing. Santos has thrown so many punches where they've gone nowhere but air, man. Michael Jordan, air. How are you going to win this fight? He's got to come into this third round now. Realistically, he probably lost the first 2 rounds. He has to come here either to win by a submission, pull it out of the bag, or he's going to have to knock out Rakic. It's one or the other because he's not going to win this fight. We'll see what happens in the third. I think Rakic is going to kick it up on this one.
I'm seeing on the screen they just popped up the live in-play wager. If you want to bet right now, Rakic is a -450 favorite to win. So obviously people think he is winning this fight and on his way to winning this fight by decision. It looks like a decision win for Rakic if he can win this round, or even not. Like, even if he doesn't win this round, I'd say 2 out of the 3 judges probably scored for him, and that's exactly what Jason Pete is saying in the chat. He says this seems like it might be a split decision for Rakic so far, but not much is happening. And he's bang on with that, man. You know? Not much happening, and, you know, one judge might score it for Thiago Santos, but you got to figure that most people scoring this fight are seeing the rounds for Alexander Rakic, even though not much is happening.
Look, and it's listen, the early fights, the card was awesome. The preliminary card was like great, man, a lot of action. So we're starting the main event with this, which a lot of people were expecting like somebody to get knocked out or like really open up in a fight, which hasn't happened in 3 rounds so far, which is kind of disappointing because if you didn't see the prelims, you'd be like, oh shit, man, this is not a great fight. You know, there's nothing that technical about it, man.
Yeah.
But Rakic is winning it.
Look, there's 3 minutes left now. 3 minutes left in this fight. And this is where you would expect Thiago Santos to
open up, man.
Be more aggressive. Throws a body kick, throws a leg kick. He needs to open up a little bit more, get more aggressive, because he's got to figure he's down 2-0. Maybe he doesn't think so. Who knows what he's thinking, but
well, man,
he's a guy who's got the power. Honest. He's got the power to put you out with one punch. He's got to start throwing those punches. He's not throwing many punches.
No, man. Maybe he's hurt. We don't know, man, because he seems very stiff, and he's not really exploding in his footwork. Like he's really keeping it tight, man. He's throwing kicks now that I've been seeing, but nothing effective, man. Who's on the chat, man? I see Jason. This looks like an 11 a.m. Saturday morning sparring session. He's absolutely right, man. Even the bite comes back even with more effort. Because this is it's like a light sparring session.
Not much is happening in this fight. This is not a great way to start off the pay-per-view. You are right there, AJ. There's Rakic going for a takedown, shooting in for a double leg. Oh, but Santos landing some good elbows as he goes for it. This is more exciting here. When they're closer together, there's at least more action. There's Rakic coming in. I don't know, man. Santos landed some solid elbows there. Yeah, Freddie's there. Freddie, you all right? What do you think of this fight?
What do you think, man?
Are you here? Whoa. Hold on a second. We lost Freddie. Freddie, hold on. What's going on?
I knew there was something wrong.
Yeah, something is wrong.
Freddie's usually quiet, but something was like,
Fred, what happened?
Saying all kinds of comments.
You guys hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah. You probably said all kinds of comments.
And you didn't hear none of it, that means?
No.
None of it, man. Zero.
I thought you were just being quiet.
He's like, fuck this. It's so boring, man. Let me just take a little snooze.
Fred's done.
I knew there was something up, man.
Yeah, I knew something was going on. I was like, why is Fred being so quiet? He must be really bored by this fight. I thought you were just tired and falling asleep for this fight, Fred. I thought you were being quiet. No, that's my bad. There was a technical glitch here going on here. But Fred's back. Fred, how you feeling about this fight? Take over.
I mean, Rakic is winning, man. He's going to win this.
That's what I said.
30-27.
But nothing. But look.
29-28. I think Santos is winning this third round. Rakic hasn't done shit in this third round.
Well, I don't know, man. If Santos, maybe Jason's right. It's going to come down to the split.
What has Santos done?
Elbows. Those elbows on the takedown? There was a bunch of them. That's the most strikes anybody's landed.
There was 4 of them, and every time Rakic reacted well to it, and he ended up not getting the takedown, but he pushed him to the cage and got his back for a second or two. I don't know. I think Rakic won this fight.
Oh, yeah, he wins.
Easily.
I think he wins, too. I might give the third round to Santos. Both guys throwing their arms up in the air. This fight is over. Both guys think they win. After a lengthy hug and a couple kisses back and forth between these guys. I'm not kidding.
Fest.
Who kissed? Did Rakic kiss Santos? Who kissed who there? So one of them kissed the other. And they hugged for a while. Yeah, they kissed. You didn't see that?
You know what?
On the cheek or the head or something. I don't know. See. But they hugged and kissed after the fight, and then they both raised their. Who kissed who?
Rakic kissed Santos. He gave him a European kiss, man.
Yeah, he gave him a little kiss. He hugged him, and then they both think they win.
They both put their hands up.
Yeah.
Listen, man,
I think Rakic
this is
wins.
A fight where Dana White says it sucks, and I'm disappointed in their.
You're released.
In their fight.
Thiago Santos is released after this fight. They just released Junior Dos Santos and Alistair Overeem. I wonder how much they're paying Thiago Santos. You know?
This is a fight where you can get released. And you know what? Dana on his, like you said, man, you got rid of Overeem, you got rid of Junior Dos Santos. This is a fight where you're going to get your pay. It's not a fight of the night. There's no performance of the night. There's nothing, man. It's the snoozer of the night, which is a shame. But like I said, the preliminary card was awesome. The early fights were great. I mean, we saw amazing fights. I saw Song Yadong, man, when he fought Kyler Phillips. Great fight, man. That's an action fight. That would have been great to start off this main card. let's hope the rest of the card is a good one, man.
Alexander Rakic wins by unanimous decision, 30-27, 29-28, 29-28. So 2 judges scoring it, 2 rounds to 1 for Rakic. Oh, and he just got a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I think. What in that fight merited a brown belt exactly? What did he do? Did he do any? Oh, and he just got taken down by his coach. That was the most exciting thing that happened this whole fight. He got a brown belt, and then he got thrown by his coach. Why did he get a brown belt? There was no grappling in that fight. What? Well, whatever. Whoa. Good for him. Rakic wins a unanimous decision, 29-28, 29-28, and 30-27. Yeah, he's happy.
Look at that, man. People don't realize that in jiu-jitsu, man, he got his brown belt, and he's celebrating his belt more than the win of the fight. Well, look at him. He's crying, man. He got the belt, and he's, like, crying. Dude, it's awesome. And that's all I was trying to say is, nice takedown. I was going to say with Kyler Phillips as well, he got his black belt, I think, leading up to the fight or within the week of the fight. So, I mean, he got it from who? He got it from Tanquino Mendez. That was, he's a Carlson Gracie guy, man. So it's awesome. But just to go show you, Rakic is celebrating his brown belt, jiu-jitsu belt more than that fight. But there was absolutely zero jiu-jitsu in this fight, man. Technically, there was zero butai.
I wonder what he's telling Dana.
Yeah, what was he telling Dana? Rakic went over to Dana White and was like saying something, telling him, like pointing his finger, Rakic with a big win over Thiago Santos. Like we were saying, man, Rakic with this win over Thiago Santos is in the upper echelon of the UFC light heavyweight division. He's like a top player, Maybe he fights Magomed Ankalaev next. You know what I'm saying? That would be a pretty good fight. Magomed versus Rakic.
Look, it wasn't Rakic's best fight,
No, but, let's see what he could do with he still beat Thiago Santos. Like, okay, did he look amazing? No, but he still beat one of the best. I mean, you got to win how you win, right? Thiago Santos is super dangerous. He's ranked number 2 on the UFC's ranking of light heavyweights in the world. He's got knockout power. Rakic is ranked 4th. This is a big win for him. Rakic just beat the number 2 guy as a number 4 guy. Magomed is number 7 ranked in the UFC. I don't know if Rakic would want to fight him, but I think that's a fight that makes sense. Otherwise, what? You do Rakic and maybe Glover Teixeira or something. I don't know. But that was a big win for Rakic, man. That puts Rakic in a new area of the division. I mean, he was already top 5, but this puts him like top 2, top 3, right? It's pretty big.
Definitely, man. He's a good fighter. Look, Anthony Smith, that's a good win on his record, and now Thiago Santos, that's 2 in a row. 2 guys that fought for the title not so long ago, so he's getting up there.
Glover Teixeira makes sense for him. Glover doesn't have a dancing partner, but I think Glover probably... Glover has beat, a lot of guys in a row. He's won 5 in a row. He beat Anthony Smith, too. He beat Thiago Santos and finished him, Glover, I would say, is the number 1 contender, but they might put Rakic against him next. But they might put Rakic against Magomed.
I like that.
I do like that, too. I think that would be a good fight between 2 young contenders in the division. Let them fight it out. What about that Yuri Prochazka guy? That guy's a monster. That guy's I said Magomed was going to be the future champion of the division before I saw Yuri Prochazka, guys. I just want to say that, okay? Because Yuri Prochazka, he might be the guy. I'm not sure. He's something else, that guy. What's his record? Yuri Prochazka.
Yeah, that's it.
He's from Czech Republic. That guy's a monster. AJ, you all right?
Yeah, I'm good. What happened?
I don't know. You seem like you're having struggles over there.
No. I was trying to look for his record, 27-3. He's only 28 years old, man.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Jesus. Look at all the guys he's beat, man. Volkan Ozdemir, CB Dalloway, Fabio Maldonado, Mohamed Lawal. Who else down the road here?
He's a monster.
Man, so many. He only has. You know what? He lost to Lowell and back in 2015 and came back to beat him in 2019. So like people lost. He had a loss against Abdullah Delov back in 2013. He lost to another guy.
Yeah, but that's a long time ago.
And after that,
those losses like 2013, 2012. Okay, how old was he when he fought? He's 28 years old now. Do those fights really count? Like 2010. Wait, if 2012. Let's do the math. Fred, you're good at this, right? Let's see. If he's 28 years old in 2012, that was what 9 years ago, and he's 28 now. He was.
Back up.
Wait, he's 19? He was 19 years old and he was fighting professionally? Wait a second. Yuri Prochaska is 28 years old and he started fighting in 2012? At 19?
April 7, 2012.
Yeah, and
Listen, man, he
lost.
strong.
He lost in 2012. He lost in 2013 when he was 19 or 20, and he lost one fight to King Mo in 2015.
But he had
when he was 21, 22. And that's the last time he lost in 2015. He came back, he fought King Mo again, knocked him unconscious, and he hasn't lost since 2015. He's 28 years old. Like, Yuri Prochaska, I'm telling you, is a problem. Magomed Ankalaev, I thought was a future champion, and I still think he might be, but Yuri Prochaska might be too. I'm not sure. Like, that fight is going to be like, uh-oh. When Yuri fights Magomed, and it will happen, and it should be for the belt, it's going to be like boom, 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 explosive, crazy fight. Like, that's going to be nuts. That's the one I'm looking forward to.
Dave, he's fighting May 1st against Dominic Reyes.
Oh, yeah?
Yep, May 1st, UFC Fight Night.
Good fight.
You've got Yuri Prochaska against
He's going to smash. He's going to smash him. He's going to knock him unconscious. That's a terrible fight for Dominic Reyes coming off the Błachowicz knockout. He just got knocked out by Jan Błachowicz. He just lost to John Jones. He's lost 2 in a row, and now he's going to fight probably the most dangerous up-and-comer in the division. Reyes is going to get knocked the fuck out. Yuri's going to smash him. Smash.
This is a good card,
man. That's how quick it goes
They've
down.
got Cubs Watson.
Yeah, that's how quickly you go down. Exactly. All right. Here we go. I want to get to your picks, AJ. Oh, wait, let's get to Fred's picks because Fred so far is winning, right? Freddie, you're doing well on your parlay. Look at Freddie. Freddie already with a winner with Tim Elliott on his 3-fight parlay. You can bet with us over at bet99.com. Use the promo code Ringside. You get a matching bonus on your initial deposit up to $600 with the promo code Ringside. Go to bet99.com and use that promo code Ringside with that matching deposit of up to $600. AJ, you love it.
I love it, man.
So that's
listen, man. Last week, if you went with us, you were winning.
And that's Freddie's picks right there. He's got Tim Elliott, who already won tonight, Israel Adesanya, and Piotr Jan. He's got those guys winning tonight. People call him Peter, but apparently it's Piotr. Whatever.
Petter.
I think it's Piotr. It's not Petter. It's not Petter.
I used to work with a guy that spelled it like that, and he would pronounce it Petar.
Petar.
So, and he was, I think, like Bosnian or something like that. Yeah.
Well, I think it's Piotr. All the UFC guys now are calling him Piotr. They used to be Peter, but now he's Piotr Jan, and he's Russian. These are AJ's picks. AJ also picking Piotr Jan tonight in his super parlay here. Oh, what happened?
Starting off with Islam. So, like, my
starting with Islam, which is next. Islam is next up, right? He's going to be fighting in the next fight.
Khabib, man.
Yeah, and then he's got Piotr Jan, and he's got Amanda Nunes and Israel Adesanya for the win. So Freddie and AJ both have Adesanya and Piotr in their parlays.
I see Anthony Pleshuk online. He says he didn't go with our parlay tonight because he feels that Nunes is going to lose tonight.
Could happen.
Look, man.
Anything
it could happen.
I wouldn't bet on that.
I wouldn't bet on it, though.
I wouldn't bet on it either. I mean, if they had to fight like 100 times, chances are she's going to win 99 times.
I added Amanda on my parlay.
Huge.
I added Amanda on my parlay for like a second, and it was only adding like $4 to the profit. So I just said like it's not worth the risk, but I do think Amanda's gonna win.
But if it's a lock, you know?
Yeah, but don't be greedy for $4 and you lose your parlay on like a crazy, like Ronda Rousey lost once, GSP lost once. It could happen, but it won't. It won't.
Exactly.
I've got Amanda on my parlay. I've got Amanda, Aljamain, and Yan. We're going with Polish power tonight. Polish power tonight. Israel Adesanya coming in at 200 pounds. This little motherfucker. Are you kidding me?
Izzy enters
Polish power
discussion tonight.
We'll see. John Jones' Twitter is going to be crazy when Israel gets knocked unconscious. That's going to be bananas.
Yeah, let's see his Twitter.
I want Izzy to win so Jones comes
Israel
back.
wins, man. No, Jones is going to hide, man. That's what's going to happen because he knows that Israel is after him. The target is on his back. Israel's going to win, and he's going to go up to heavyweight just to fight Jones if he doesn't come down to lightweight. But, Dave, listen, there's a comment online there from Lior. The chances are you probably could say this better than me and Freddie.
In Russian is pronounced yo, which is why Piotr is pronounced that way. Piotr. See, I'm right.
Wow,
the E in Russian is pronounced yo. Lior S., who's a member of the team. Thank you, Lior. Shout out to Lior. Shout out to Patrick. Shout out to Jason. But yeah, Lior giving us the pronunciation. Yo, the E is the E with the 2 dots on top of the E is pronounced yo, which is why Piotr is Piotr. Piotr.
I like that, man.
I like it
too. Don't fuck with Piotr.
Oh, it's
hey, listen, I was going to say,
Islam Makhachev talking. He's getting ready for his fight. It's Islam time. I'm going with Islam in this fight over Drew Dober, but I didn't put him on my parlay because I think Drew Dober can win.
On Thursday, you actually picked you picked Islam. Listen, I was going to say, I don't
Fred,
know what
who you
happened with
picking?
Douglas there.
I got Islam, but I didn't put him either on my parlay because the odds are.
That's
like,
it.
I think of the math when I put somebody on my parlay. Like it has to be worth it.
No, I do too, but I think for with Amanda, it's just like, yeah, throw her on the parlay because she's gonna win. You know, it's Amanda Nunes. She's the best. She wins.
Look,
watch her lose tonight. She might lose tonight. Anything
guys.
can happen in MMA. That's the crazy thing. You know?
Listen, man, Ronda Rousey lost, and everybody was flipping out. I mean, shit, the Cyborg lost. You know, people were flipping out.
Look at
anything can
Curtis
happen.
Blades over Derek Lewis. You know, in the Derek Lewis fight, he was a big favorite going into that fight, and he got knocked unconscious, man. Things happen. Look at
shit happens, man.
Look at Israel Adesanya. He's a favorite going into the fight tonight, and he's going to get knocked unconscious, so these things happen, baby.
Whoa, easy there, Dave.
I'm kidding. Who knows? I don't know.
You're,
I just think that he will lose, but who knows, man.
Listen,
I think Israel's super skilled. Israel's really skilled, and he could just totally obliterate Jan Blachowicz like he did to Paulo Costa. He could win a decision. It could be a really tough fight. But I think that Jan is going to be way too big for him, way too powerful, and he's going to hurt him, and he's going to put him down. That's just what I think. That's my opinion.
Listen, if you're going to
fight.
Listen, if you're going to go with a straight win, there's nothing wrong, like Anthony says, to put $5 or $10 on Megan Anderson. And listen, anybody has a puncher's chance, and the payout would be great. But you know, if you look at it overall, man. It's the
I thought about it. I thought about betting
listen,
on Megan Anderson tonight, but I thought, you know, I didn't do it because
it's a loss of money.
I was just like, at the end of the day, I was like, should I really bet on her to win? I was like, I'm gonna put on a little bit on her to win by decision, like $2 on decision and $2 on a knockout or something, because the payout is huge, right? But then it's just like, well. That's money lost. I feel like it's money lost because Amanda's so damn good. And I really looked at Megan Anderson's record, too. That's what I looked at. And I looked at who she's fought and who she's beat. And I'm not convinced. You know, like she's lost to some people. Like she lost to Felicia Spencer by submission in the first round.
Yeah.
And like,
yeah.
You know, Amanda, what did Amanda do to Felicia Spencer? Like, she obliterated her. She beat her to fuck up, you know?
She beat Cyborg, dude. That's all you have to say. Forget about all the rest of the fights. Forget about Rousey. Forget about Holly Holm. Forget about all the rest. Think about one person, Cyborg. And She made Cyborg look bad. That's all.
I mean,
that's
Amanda's the greatest female fighter.
Yeah, of all time.
Until somebody beats her, I'm always going to pick her. Like, I always was picking Ronda Rousey, and until somebody beats Amanda, well, I'm picking Amanda.
I'll put it even a step further, Fred. She's the new Cyborg. Because when Cyborg fought,
you're right.
It wasn't only a sure thing. It was like, yeah, there's no fucking way she loses. And you're, like, feeling bad for her opponent. Remember that? Before Cyborg was in the UFC, and even now, I mean, I don't know, Cyborg's a little older now. Like, it's maybe not as, but I remember for a long, long time, Strikeforce and all these fights, Invicta, whatever, Cyborg would just fight these people, and you knew that they were fucked, before going into it. And she'd be like a minus 1,400 favorite or something. It was nuts. And that's where Amanda is right now. She's going into this fight as like a minus 1,100 favorite. And I'm not exaggerating. It's like minus 1,100. She's a gigantic favorite going into this fight because it's not like Ronda. She's like Cyborg now. She's reached Cyborg level where she's so far ahead of the pack that no one believes anybody has a chance. That's how good she is. Fucking monster.
Listen, man, think about, I was just thinking about Cyborg, man. I remember her back in the days when she was fighting guys, not just like regular guys that had no MMA skills or whatever.
In the gym.
We're talking guys that in the gym, but she actually had a real fight with some other MMA guy that called her out, and she did him in. That's the thing with Cyborg. She was that dangerous that guys wouldn't want to fight her. And here comes Amanda Nunes and just dissected her enough that she left the UFC. Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's such a hard bet. But you know what? You have nothing wrong, man.
I don't think that's fair.
We were talking on Thursday. Listen, Buster Douglas.
Why don't you think
Mike
that's
Tyson,
fair?
Man. Who would have
Go
won?
ahead, Fred. Why?
Well, she didn't leave the UFC because of Amanda. She left the UFC more because of her relationship with Dana and not being able to get a contract and things like that.
Because
she
Dana,
wanted a rematch. Dana didn't want to sign her. Dana didn't want to show her the money. She wanted a rematch, but for the right price. She wanted to get paid what she was worth, and the UFC lowballed her, and then she left. Jason Pete says Cyborg was also on all the steroids. Did she ever get caught, though? I think one time she got caught. I think one time she tested positive,
more
right?
than Gabrielle Garcia, man. Have you seen Gabriela Garcia lately, man? When she was, it was Gordon and with that whole incident with Gordon and
yeah. He apologized, that guy, eh? Vieira?
Well, yeah.
Was it Vieira?
No, it wasn't Vieira. It was.
It was. I forget. Some Brazilian
from Atos gym. But anyways.
Jason will know. Drew Dober is in the cage right now, plus 340, the underdog, the $1 Million Man.
That's his nickname?
The $1 Million Man, Bruce Buffer, is introducing him. He just looks like Ted DiBiase with that green jacket. Here's Islam Makhachev. He is minus 455, the favorite, from Makhachkala, Russia.
Look at the nice green jacket, man.
Islam.
Let's go, Bruce.
I'm
wearing green because we're getting close to St. Patrick's Day.
I like how Islam's eyebrows, hair, and beard are all one piece of hair. It's all just connected.
Don't laugh at hair.
Is he plaited that way, man?
I don't know. It's like Planet of the Apes with this guy.
I haven't shaved my head in so long, man. I got so much hair. It's crazy.
Do you? Give me some. My hair went on vacation.
Your kid looks great, AJ, man. I love his hair again, man. I saw the picture on Facebook, man, and I'm like jealous, man. He has the greatest hair I see.
I'm letting that
Drew Dober rocking that
hair grow, man.
Drew Dober rocking that Nazi haircut, pretty heavy though. What's with that haircut, Drew Dober? Looks evil. Looks like a German henchman, doesn't he?
Unibrow.
Oh man, he's smiling, man. That's not fair. Don't do that to Drew Dober. He's
look at that haircut.
Man. Don't do him bad like that.
Look at the haircut. Yeah, he's gonna lose to Islam.
I thought he was all smiling, like during the introductions.
Wait till the ring girl, guys.
He's smiling. He looked like a nice guy.
I don't think Drew Dober is a Nazi. I'm just saying his haircut is Nazi-ish.
He looks like he does.
He does a bit.
He does, man.
I'm not saying he is. I don't think he is. I just think
but he could play a Nazi in any movie role.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
I'm pretty sure he's not. I'm going to say it.
I'm going to say he's not. I'm going to say 100% not. And I love him, and I think he's a great man.
You want to get sued, man.
And I hope he wins.
Listen, I was going to say,
good for him.
Dylan Dennis
he just got taken down by Islam. That was a beautiful takedown. Single leg trip takedown by Islam. That was a beautiful maneuver there. That was sweet. And now he passes into half guard, looking to pass the guard of Dober. All the pressure of Islam with the smash. And that's actually
Islam's from Dagestan as well, no?
AJ, explain a smash. What is the smash?
A smash? from the version of like Conor McGregor or Khabib's smash?
No, like when you wrap the under the guy's head and you kind of dig your shoulder into, you smash. No?
Yeah, well, it's
that
a
not
power
a technical
pass.
term?
It's sure.
That's a technical jiu-jitsu term. Oh, is that wrestling or jiu-jitsu smash?
Sure, it's more wrestling.
I don't know. I just know it from grappling. The smash.
Listen, man, you just
Islam's got a good smash.
You put your shoulder in and you drive through. It's like
Fred, you know the smash,
open.
right? Fred, you know what I'm saying when I say the smash.
It's like opening up the ketchup bottle, man.
I understand what you mean.
You don't know?
It's more of a wrestling term.
Oh. Well, I'm telling you, you got to get a good smash.
Pass, basically.
Smash. Yeah, you use it from all angles. The smash.
You throw that shoulder under the jaw, man, and you just crank. You bust the guy's jaw that way.
You dig under the head. You grab under the head, and then with your other hand, you wrap the arm, and then you dig your shoulder in, and then you can use that as a post to pass around him. And that's what Islam is doing. Smash and looking to pass through the half guard by putting pressure on the head. You immobilize the head so that you can pass through the leg.
Dave, I was actually going to say, just before I was going to say, the guy who does it the best is actually Fabio Holanda. And I see Jason, he goes by Fabio's DVD
there you go.
The guard.
And he used it, and he passed, and now he's in full mount. He used the smash to pass, now in full mount. Beautiful grappling from Islam Makhachev. Very Khabib-ish, this guy. You say Khabib is in his corner? Very Khabib-ish, baby.
You know what? You know what? I didn't see him, man. I didn't see when they were walking in. I didn't see him, so
no.
I don't know what the hell happened.
I'm loving this from Islam. I like this style.
Mendez. I didn't see Khabib either.
And like I was saying earlier, Dylan Dennis was talking all trash against Islam and whatnot, like coming up to this fight.
Really?
I don't know, man. Maybe Khabib didn't have Islam. Islam is a beast, man. Look at this, man. This is all Dagestani. Listen, man.
29 years old, this guy.
Fighters.
This guy started in the UFC young, too. This guy's a young guy. 29 years old. He started in the UFC in 2015. What?
Crazy, eh?
Been that long already?
Yeah. 18-1 as a pro. One loss to Adriano Martins by knockout back in 2015. Hasn't lost since.
Jesus.
He's got, I think, he's tied for the longest win streak in the UFC currently. He's got 6 straight wins. Knocked out Gleason Tebow. Beat Davi Ramos in his last fight in 2019. It's been a long time since we've seen Islam. A lot of different things happening that have stopped us from seeing Islam. And here he is just fucking dominating. Dober cannot get out from under him. Islam going for the armbar. Oh, Dober's in trouble here with this armbar. Ooh. Oh, Dober's trying to roll out of it, though. Islam. Oh. It's pretty deep. Oh, he's going belly down with it, but they're running out of time. Oh, Dober's out of it and in guard. Oh, and they're out of time. Oh, my goodness. The round ended. Whoa. That was some slick stuff from Islam and really nice of Dober to escape that armbar. My goodness.
He had to set up in the beginning. He had to set up for the crucifix before the armbar.
Yeah, he was really close, right? Damn. That was sick.
The only thing
Islam wins that round for sure. Islam wins round 1. That was yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say is that he wasn't raising his hips high enough for to close that armbar, which I was kind of surprised because he had like the power and everything on it.
Yeah.
But he wasn't getting those hips. So to really bust that arm, I mean, look, when you're in an MMA fight, you're going for the break. So he should have thrown those hips to the nose, man. And I think, which he wasn't doing. Like, he had the power, he had the hold, he had the roll. Everything was there, but the hips weren't high enough, which was surprising. But either or, man, it's easier said than done when we're on this side. But when you're fighting, like, as
but the way he had
like
his legs,
Jason,
it was
happens.
like a different hold. It wasn't, foot in front of the face. It was like
it was from
two
behind.
legs around the arm, kind of around,
yes,
right? It was a different type of armbar.
He has a nice pressure with the hips, so there, it still could be finished from there.
Yeah, you just needed to raise those hips. Even from that angle with those two legs wrapped, the hips weren't high enough to get that leverage of that break point. Look, he probably, if he had more time, he could have probably adjusted a little bit more. But prior to the armbar, which is
Islam,
great,
he
had the crucifix,
Islam dove in for a takedown, but Dober defended it pretty well. Oh, man, that was a slick trip against the fence. Oh, my goodness. Islam with a beautiful trip takedown of Dober. You're a couple seconds behind me, eh, AJ?
Yeah, we're a couple seconds. But, yeah,
Islam's on top. Watch the takedown.
Look, Islam is dangerous, man. He's just one dangerous.
I'm at 403, 402, 401, 4 minutes in the second round.
Yeah.
Where are you? Still in the first round?
Yeah, no. I see the. Let's see this.
I see Franco asking if the UFC is going to have fans. Dana's trying to bring fans back as soon as possible because the state of Texas is saying that they're opening up and you can have full capacity in arenas and stuff. And Dana's like, yeah, we're going to go as soon as we can. They might do the next UFC pay-per-view at a stadium with full capacity in Texas, which, who knows how that's going to go.
Well, he's looking at March 27th to have the Texas
UFC
fight,
260.
Which is like
Stipe Francis.
That's it, man. That would be insane, man. Dana White, man, is like we were saying on Thursday's show.
Yeah,
look, everything was closed of every sport, but Dana was still pumping him out, man. Yeah, man. Houston is exactly where I think it could happen, man. Mm-hmm. He'll bring in like 30,000, 40,000 fans, and I'm curious to see who's gonna go. I like we were saying on Thursday, I'd love to be there.
What stadium is he gonna bring? Like he's going to a football stadium? You think?
No, probably the baseball stadium for the Houston Astros.
Interesting.
But he's going to get it done, man. He's going to get it done.
He might. But aren't they in baseball season? Man, like, wouldn't it be... Oh, no, I guess not yet. Not yet. Pretty close, though.
It's close. It's still
baseball
spring,
season starts what?
Training.
In like 3 weeks, 4 weeks?
April.
Well, May 20.
Early April.
It usually starts early April, but maybe it starts later now. I don't know when it actually starts.
I was thinking May 24th.
No, because they're in spring training now. Spring training started normal times. So if they're in spring training, real baseball must be starting early April, like normal. I don't really know. I don't follow pro sports, but I kind of I follow the Yankees, and I know that the Yankees are in spring training and they're playing games. They lost to the Pirates today. I know that. I don't know when the season actually starts, but I know the Yankees are playing in Florida right now, or they did today.
Yankees.
Islam, by the way, still on top in Dober's guard. Hasn't really been able to do much from the guard. Dober's keeping it. You know what? Dober's keeping the guard closed.
When people don't realize, like, oh man, what are they doing? All this hugging and holding. People don't realize how not only difficult, but like how discouraging it is when you're trying to defend against a guy that weighs 1,000 pounds, and that's what it is. Regardless of their weight, it feels like 1,000 pounds, and you're trying to capture your breath. The guy's putting like angles to break your ribs, to break.
But also
your jaw.
Dober is in a bad spot. Like he's got Islam in his guard, which is a decent position for him. But the problem is his back and head and neck are being pressed against the fence at the same time, right? So he's on his back, and his head and neck is pressed against the fence. So Islam is still applying pressure, even though Dober has the guard. He doesn't really have enough room to kind of move around and do anything with the guard. He had an overhook for a while, but at the same time, he's got Islam in his closed guard, and he's just kind of holding him. Now he's got the overhook back. He's holding him while Islam is throwing punches, and it is survival. It's like I'm down. Yeah. I don't want this guy to pass my guard, so I'm gonna hold him real tight in my guard. But he's also kind of stuck, like he can't really rotate either. You can't. Like, he's got no angle. You know what I mean? He's stuck against the fence, too. He's being pinned against the fence, even though he's got Makhachev in his guard. Yeah.
Look, you can have the guard. The guard is great if you're actually going to do something. When you put someone in the guard, it's not to be there and defend. It's there to use something for an attack. Like, there's thousands of options when you're in guard. But when you got a guy like Islam on top of you, like I said, it's 1,000 pounds.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure.
It's basically survival mode because you can basically when you're in guard, you're able to do some offensive attacks, thousands of them. But when you can't even do one and you're just in survival, the amount of energy
there's
that you're
not
losing.
Many good guys from, like in 2021, man, from the guard. Like anybody that has a good wrestling on top of you, the guard, nobody's gonna submit Makhachev from their guard.
No, not a guy like Islam Makhachev. I don't know if there's anybody really, with that type of guard in jiu-jitsu, in MMA these days. Islam wins the second round. Second round is over. Islam spent it for the most part on top of Drew Dober. He scored the takedowns that he needed to stay on top and just kind of control. He didn't land much damage, but he definitely tired the guy out, controlled him, and won the round easily. There's no judge in the world that was scored that second round for Drew Dober, right? So 100% Islam is winning this fight 2-0.
Absolutely.
We're going into the third round. Drew Dober needs a finish here if he hopes to win. And he really needs to stay away from Islam. He needs to throw punches, look for the knockout. You're not going to submit him. You need to knock this guy out. It's the only chance you have right now of winning. And that's what he's doing, man. Dober's going for it. He's throwing punches. He's being aggressive. You can't wait for Islam to take you down. You got to go right at him. But Islam clinches him up and takes him down.
Exactly. It's just a matter of time, man.
That's it, man. You get anywhere near Islam, he's going to take you down. Yep.
It's like a zapper for flies, man. Once
Islam
you get too
back
close,
in the guard.
You're zapped.
Back on top, 4 minutes, 20 seconds left. He's got plenty of time to do work here. He's got him in the middle of the cage, or middle of the octagon. Dober's throwing slaps and elbows from the bottom in the guard. Islam's looking to pass here. And he does to half. Go ahead.
In the first round, was more aggressive on passing guard. In the second round, he spent a lot of time in the guard of Dober. But I'll tell you what, this is just Drew Dober, so it's not a good way to judge it. But people will compare Islam to Khabib. I think his transitions are almost nicer than Khabib. Khabib likes to smash you. He'll stay in your guard and just hit you and all that. Whereas Islam is passing a lot more, I find. Anyways, I like his grappling a lot. It's against Dober, though.
But he tapped!
Oh, my goodness. What? That was like a shoulder choke, almost a Von Flue.
Head and arm.
Yeah, head and arm, but he didn't have the arm kind of trapped, right? The arm was just further extended. It was mostly the shoulder right there. And he had him trapped. Yeah. That was beautiful. Nice submission from Islam Makhachev. I'd call that a shoulder choke. AJ, you're the top-ranked jiu-jitsu member of the team, or a former world champion.
3 minutes.
Yeah, AJ, what do you call that submission?
Man, that's a beautiful shoulder
choke,
nice,
right?
Man. I've seen guys do that. I've seen guys like Lee Villeneuve be able to do that and whatnot. It's like a nutcracker coming down on you and closing. You got to have a pointy shoulder, first of all, or good shoulder muscles to be able to put that in.
I've pulled that move off. I like that move. It's a good move.
There.
But you know what? Is he in there? Listen, man, what it comes down to is that when you're going into the third round, when a guy is basically pressuring you through 2 rounds, you get tired and you even give up at that point because the guy's putting so much pressure that you're fucked. You can't go any further. That's
from
it, man.
half, too. From top half.
Beautiful. That's
half
beautiful,
guard,
man.
just the shoulder choke from top half. Yeah, Khabib is there in the corner, very excited.
Wow.
That was a beautiful submission. I like that move. That's a really nice move. I've never really seen it pulled off in the UFC. I have used that move before, though. That move works.
Deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, his arm very deep. So it was tight on.
I want to just.
Nice. Nice win for Islam Makhachev. And look, we talked about his passing, like, oh, he has to pass more. He passed a half, and that's all he needed. Like, he could stay in the guard, hang out, get to half. He didn't need to get the side control. He didn't need to get the full mount. He didn't need to get his back. Man, all he needed was half guard to get that choke. That's beautiful stuff.
It was tight, man. It was tight. Once he got his hands under the neck and then, like, clamped them, got that shoulder in, using his back leg to push forward, man, it was like, that's a guillotine, man. Like, it's time to go. That was a lot of pressure on the guy's throat, man.
Of course,
that's when you know that if there was no tap out, you're basically dead. Wow.
Jason's saying that was an arm triangle. It's kind of like an arm triangle, I guess.
It was, but he didn't.
But it's not the same.
He was still in his half guard.
Yeah, it's not like.
It's more of a.
Like an arm triangle, a lot of the times you see finished from like a mount or usually like from the side, right? Like a side control type of thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
You're in a T in that. That you have to get your two legs
but Islam
over
has
the body.
The squeeze and like I say, Dober's he's a good fighter, but I mean he's not like I'm not surprised that Islam could.
I think that was squeeze and leverage, though. He used gravity as well to just kind of push his way down. It was less of a squeeze and more of pushing down into the neck. Leg. And then once your neck is just getting compressed like that, you can't do anything.
And his arm was deep. So he had the whole neck covered on one side, and the guy's arm was still, like, his shoulder was still there on the other side. So it's a little bit of an...
I wish you guys were here so we could demonstrate that move. You know what I mean? Like we could easily show that move and demonstrate. Back in the good old days when we all did the watch-alongs together in the same room, we could demonstrate moves and stuff while this stuff happened. That was a fun fight, man. Islam looked good. All right, Freddie. We'll talk to you in a minute.
What I was going to say is, Dave, what I was going to say is that what you didn't see is his leg in the back, like you were saying. There needs to be leverage and pressure. So it's not only enough like a triangle where you can get that pressure as you're turning to get into the T. From the half guard there, his back leg is sort of lifting up and forcing down.
Yep.
So look at his back leg. If you can see the replay, you can see his back leg, like his toes, he's like literally hanging on his toes and driving in. That's how you put the pressure. Because if he was not on his toes, he cannot put that amount of pressure to do the choke. It'll be very, very aggravating. It'll be like difficult. But once he lifted his toes and drove in, it was done. And that shoulder, man, was deep. His clamp, his head on the outside of the arm, forcing in almost like an S. The guy executed it amazingly. And it's like, it's not a difficult thing to do, but you need to know that you need to lift those toes to get the leverage down to complete that choke. Dude, that's a nasty choke. I felt that for some guys who are able to do that, who are just like shoulder strong and shoulder bulky or pointy.
Yeah.
But the problem is that Dober, what he did is he just left his neck there, where most people don't realize that you got to tuck that chin in. If you don't tuck that chin in, you're done. If it wasn't the half guard, he could have got out of there and completed it with a complete triangle choke, like Jason said. But he needed to get his two legs out and drive the T. But you know what? That was beautiful, man. And I bet you a lot of people are going to be practicing this move. But
I'm telling you, I've been practicing this move. If my brother was here, he'd be like, oh, yeah, I felt that before. I've hit that move on my brother a million times.
But that's what people don't realize. Like, there's so many things that you can execute in the half guard.
Yeah, it's a great move, man. I love that choke. From half guard, from side control, too, you can get it. But that's kind of, you can get that. You can get that by posing up on your toes from side control. If you don't want to, but at that point, once you're there, you can just kind of skip over to the other side and finish it the other way with the real arm triangle, once you're in that position. But, if somebody's fighting real hard and doesn't want to let you go to that position, they got their knee up and they're defending, just drive the shoulder in instead. It's a good backup, when you're kind of going for the arm triangle and then they turn into you and they're trying to fight you because they know you're trying to skip over them or mount, to go to the arm triangle. You say, oh, well, fuck it. I'm just going to drive in instead,
Yeah, absolutely. But these type of chokes, I'm saying it works really, really well when the guy is kind of tired. If the guy is muscling through in the first few minutes, it's always kind of hard to execute that because there's a lot of moving. Did you notice one thing what Dober did is that he had his back flat to the canvas and he wasn't moving. He didn't tuck his chin. He was gassed, and it was a great opportunity for Islam to get that submission with that type of technique. But when guys are fresh and guys are strong, it's harder to get that one in, man, because there's a lot of moving. You know, that's the thing with wrestling, grappling, or jiu-jitsu,
but
whatever.
Islam is something else, you know? Islam is a different animal, man.
But
Islam
that's the type of guy Islam is.
Whew.
Like he's gonna wear you down the first round, he's gonna tear you down the second round, and then he's gonna submit you in the third. He doesn't need to submit you in the first and second round. He's like chopping a tree. He's gonna break you down where you give up, and that's what happened with Dober. It looks like he gave up because he gave his neck. And you know what?
Well, I don't know. He was trapped too. Some people were calling it a Von Flue choke, and I thought it was a little Von Flue-ish too. I'd say more Von Flue than an arm triangle, because in the Von Flue it's the same thing. Yeah. Your arm is trapped over there because you're going for the guillotine, but then somebody passes your guard and is inside, right? And that's how they drive in with the Von Flue. It looked a little. It's kind of like a Von Flue choke. They should just call it the Islam choke. Or the Maka choke.
Actually, I just see
Islam Makhachev, the Maka choke.
The Maka choke. Actually, Jason says it right. He says Islam has that ugly jiu-jitsu pressure.
Yeah.
But still crazy precise. And that's what it is. It's ugly. And he's mean. And I said that in the first round. I said
mean.
The
exactly.
thing with Islam is that he's a mean
grappling.
fighter.
It's mean grappling. It's mean. He'll grind his shin on your nose as he's passing. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
He'll do a knee mount on your neck. He doesn't give a fuck. He's not going to knee mount on your knee on belly. Fuck that. Knee on neck. It's more fun and it works better. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's the kind of guy he is. And he's not like that because he's a dick. He's like that because they're all like that. All his team, his whole crew. Khabib is a mean grappler. That's what you have to do, though. You have to be mean at grappling. If you really want to be good, you got to make things so uncomfortable for your guy that he's thinking about being uncomfortable, right? You got to make somebody uncomfortable to trick them into getting caught into whatever fucking slick move you're going to do, right? Hey, Jay, you know.
That's the thing.
You know about it.
No,
discomfort.
Absolutely. Listen, you want to put people in a discomfort position, but then you also got these guys that are fighting. They're putting pressure, but they're also fucking don't give a shit about what happens to you. And that's the thing with this guy. This guy, he said it right. It's ugly jitsu. And he's absolutely right, Jason. This guy here is fighting. Not that it's dirty. It's just mean, nonstop, breakdown, where you break and he just basically destroys you. And you can see that through the grappling, man. There was no gap between Islam's body and Dober's body. Every time they moved, there was always that pressure. That's people that haven't done grappling don't know what that means. Basically, a guy who doesn't have any grappling experience wouldn't last 30 seconds with that type of pressure because he'll bust your whole rib cage cavity.
Islam Makhachev?
You'll break your cavity.
I have grappling experience. I wouldn't last 30 seconds with that guy. Are you kidding me?
Because
we wouldn't last 30 seconds with Islam Makhachev. A guy off the street wouldn't last 3 seconds with that guy. I mean, come on. This guy's a monster. Drew Dober's no joke. He just fucked that guy up. You see the shape Drew Dober's in? Good God almighty, man. Fantastic. That guy's a real fighter. He's no joke. He fights for money in the UFC. This is what people don't understand, man. These guys that fight for money, they're better than just the ordinary guy. They're better than the person that trains. These guys, it's their whole life, and it's live or die. It's eat or fucking starve by fighting. Look, it's a different type of thing, man. To think anybody has a shot against any of these guys. Islam Makhachev?
Look.
You kidding, man? Nobody has a chance against Islam. I mean, Islam Makhachev might be the next world champion of the division. Like, this guy is a motherfucker.
He looks it. He can strike. He can throw kicks. He can do everything. But his grappling is above anything in that division. And that's the thing, man. You know, you've got a guy that's coming out of Dagestan. And what people don't realize is that these guys have been fighting bears at 7 years old, man. They are mean fighters. And I wasn't joking when I said, man, like, the mecca for fighters is Dagestan, man.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make sense. I think,
you know who's not from Dagestan?
Joe Rogan that said, who?
Pyotr Yan. He's just from regular Russia, not Dagestan. Not the same. I'm going with Aljamain Sterling in this fight. It's title fight time. The fights are coming. Here we go. It's money time. It's big fight time. It's title fight time. This is what we came to see. This is what you paid for. It's Aljamain Sterling and Pyotr Yan for the UFC Bantamweight Championship. This is coming up. This is next. The 3 title fights are coming up. We got Yan versus Sterling coming up. Two guys named Jan. You notice that? Piotr Jan and Jan Błachowicz fighting tonight. It's the Jan.
A lot of Jan going
UFC
on.
250 Jan.
Listen, man, I wanted to see the Islam fight, to be honest. Even though there's 3 title fights, I wanted to see Islam fight, man.
You paid to see Islam.
The guy, I would have, not that I would have paid to see Islam, but being on that card.
But you came to see Islam, baby.
Wow,
and he cashed in for you. Look at that. Look at that. I know why you're hyped about Islam.
Cashed in, man.
Because he came through on your Bet99.com parlay. Look at that. You got Islam Makhachev winning as a -400 favorite. And now you've got Piotr Jan in this next fight, Amanda Nunes and Israel Adesanya. So you are 1 for 1 so far in your parlay. Let's see how the rest of the night goes for Big AJ. I have Aljamain Sterling in this fight.
Yeah, I got this is it. This is a make or break. So me and Freddie went with...
you and Freddie, yeah. You and Freddie went with a lot of the same guys tonight, eh?
Except for... Islam. So Freddie's been doing good with the prelims with Tim Elliott, and I went with Islam on this, which I was surprised none of you guys went with Islam. Like anytime you have Dagestan, Khabib in the same sentence, chances are it's a winning recipe. And you know what? Going for the straight win on that, man, I don't know what the odds were with Islam. It was at, let me take a look.
Dober has a lot of knockout wins. He'd won his last 3 fights by knockout going into this fight. Islam's last loss was by knockout. Islam was a huge favorite going in. I just didn't feel that Dober, with his knockout power, the win streak, and the fact that Islam has been touched before and beaten, I felt like he wasn't a great angle from the betting perspective because at -400, I didn't think Islam was a lock. But he looked really good tonight. All right, AJ, you're all on the Islam train now, like really heavy because you just saw him win and you picked him to win.
Train.
But take it easy.
Listen, man, I'm on the Dagestani train so much so that you know that I wear this outside when I'm shoveling snow and everything.
Do you?
I've seen people walk by me and they're like they're walking towards me, and then I'm like shoveling the snow with my hat on and everything. You know, I'm like shoveling away. Then they see me, and then I can always see them like crossing the street. I'm like, fuck. Want to grapple? I can feel it in me, man. When I'm wearing this hat, I feel like powerful. Maybe I'm going to wear it in jiu-jitsu with Fabio. I'm going to tell Fabio, listen, man, I want to wear not only socks on the mat.
That's ridiculous.
Why, man?
Wear socks on the mat?
I'm going to do it. No, if I could, yes, because my toes always break. I'd love to wear socks. And plus, you know, man, we catch all kinds of shit. Fuck, athlete's foot and this stuff. It's a disaster, man.
Aljamain Sterling coming in, +110 the underdog. Piotr Jan -130 the favorite. Aljamain is making his walk. He's in the cage. He's running around. Here comes Piotr Jan. Jason Pete on the chat says, AJ changed my mind last time, going with Piotr Jan. He was going to go with Aljamain, but AJ's preview on Thursday night convinced him to go with Piotr Jan.
Jason, man,
I think Fred's back.
Pretty
Is
confident
Fred back?
on this.
Fred, are you
Listen,
back?
man, look, Fred, are you okay? What are you getting?
Did you just go to get ice cream or what?
Well, I went to get half baked.
Oh,
twice.
I see. Nice, good job.
Listen, isn't that that's Baskin & Robbins? What is it? Ben & Jerry's. Oh, Ben & Jerry's. Half baked. What, didn't they make a movie about that?
Yeah, it was about the ice cream, AJ.
Exactly.
Douglas says if that could be Pat
one of the best pothead movies.
Yeah, great movie. Here comes Piotr Jan to some weird music. What's this weird music he's walking out to?
Russian music, bud.
Is this Russian music?
The music is... Listen. They should have an award for the best music walkout.
What is this?
Listen.
I can't hear
Piotr Jan as...
Yeah, it sounded weird. Here comes Piotr. Freddie, you got Piotr.
Yep.
Is he in your parlay? Is he in the Freddie parlay? He is, eh? Oh, boy. Piotr.
But he's an underdog.
No, he's the favorite.
You don't see it because he was leading up to this fight as an underdog, which was funny because the guy who holds the belt is the underdog.
He's the favorite.
Man, I've seen
I
this
just said it, Fred.
I've seen this.
AJ, he's the favorite. Petr Yan is a favorite going into this fight. Okay?
Minus 119 on Freddy's. Let me see mine.
Petr Yan, minus 130. Aljamain Sterling, plus 120, the underdog right now. Okay? That's the line right now.
And he
Petr Yan is
never
the favorite.
an underdog.
No.
I see the history of the line here, and he was the favorite all along.
Of course,
he started at minus 145.
There you go.
And now, how much is he? I see him at minus 125.
Yeah. About that.
We took him at minus 119. Look at the shape this guy's in, man. Solid.
How do you see Petr Yan winning this fight? I see Aljamain Sterling being the better striker, landing more shots, and when it goes to the ground, I think anywhere this goes, Aljamain Sterling wins. When it goes to the ground, I think he's got better jiu-jitsu, standing up. I think he's rangier, and he's going to land some better shots. He's got more varied shots.
Top-level judo, top-level sambo. This guy has it all, Peter Poiter. So,
Aljamain Sterling's training with some good people in New York on the Matt Serra team.
Yeah. Oh, no, absolutely. There's no doubt about it. But, man.
He's been waiting for this for a long time. This is a long time coming for Aljamain Sterling. This title shot is a long time coming. He's won a lot of fights against a lot of good guys. Cody Stamann, Jimmy Rivera, Pedro Munoz. Choked out Corey Sandhagen in his last fight. Corey Sandhagen is a monster. Corey Sandhagen just knocked out Frankie Edgar with that flying knee. Not just a grappling monster, just a monster overall. The only guy that's beaten him in the UFC is Aljamain Sterling. He choked him out in the first round. Aljamain Sterling is on a mission. That's how I see it. Petr Yan fought some older fighters to get to this point. Aljamain Sterling fought the best of the best. He could lose. A lot of guys fight the best of the best on the way to the title, and then they lose, but I'm going with Aljamain tonight. I like his chances. I like the run. That's okay, AJ. I might be wrong. I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong, AJ.
I would just rip up your card now. Trust me.
I would rip up your face now.
Ugly jitsu, man. I'm going to use that. Jason, I'm using that term, man.
Yeah, you need it. Ugly jitsu. Rip up your face, AJ.
You guys need some Ben and Jerry's, man. Helps to relax.
Yeah, that's why me and AJ are like angry at each other. You're just eating ice cream, having a good time.
Look, I've got Skittles, man. Skittles.
Why are they in a glass
I remember
jar?
Freddie eting Skittles because I didn't want to bring the whole bag. I don't need that much, man. Just a few.
Yeah,
just like I like to look at the colors.
4 Skittles. What are you doing? So weird.
Who's on the chat, man? Where's Wally?
Who put Skittles in a glass jar?
Why not?
I don't know. It's just a tiny. Show me that thing again.
I usually put them in a bowl.
Show me that thing again.
I usually put them in a bowl.
What are you, an old lady with like a little candy dish?
Listen, this cup here. I'm going to tell you something with this cup. This cup, I do everything with it, except like 2 women in a cup. But I drink coffee out of this.
The fight is about to start here. They have touch gloves. They're about to get started. I'm pretty pumped for this fight. This is going to be big. Aljamain Sterling, Petr Yan. I think this could be fight of the night. This is going to be nuts.
I like Peter. I was trying to say
these two guys are in their prime. This is going to be good.
It's sick.
Yeah. Oh.
No mercy, my friend. Remember that word, Dave. No mercy, Yan.
WWF No Mercy. Tremendous
the Quebec
video
version.
game.
Not the Quebec version, No Merci.
Oh.
No mercy.
Aljamain's starting off with those kicks. He's got the range advantage. He's throwing kicks. He's aggressive. Body kicks, leg kicks. This is what I thought was coming from Aljamain Sterling so far.
Why is he grabbing his nuts?
30 seconds into the fight. Aljamain using his range. Ooh. Aljamain ducked a big punch from Yan and then landed a solid body kick. That was a good kick. Oof. He's using his kicks and punches really well. Nice. Oh! Big knee by Aljamain. Big knee to the head of Petr Yan.
Jamaica.
That was big. That looked rough. Oh, here we go. Aljamain looking really good so far. Landing the jab, throwing it out there.
Man.
Yan took it, but, like, he's backed up.
Let's see if Sterling could keep that pace, man. He's putting on a big pace.
He's putting on a crazy pace. Very aggressive. Looks like he's trying to put him away early, but, man, he's landing. Good leg kick. Oof. Oh, Yan looking for a takedown. He gets it. Oh. Oh, Aljamain gets back to his feet. Yan didn't want to engage him at all on the ground. Took him down, caught a kick, tripped him down, but didn't want anything there. Didn't want to go to the ground. Oh, another knee by Aljamain. Another big knee landed to the head. That was very fucking nice. Holy shit. Aljamain Sterling's looking amazing.
Jamaica in the house. You know what?
There you go, Aljo.
Very possible that he could win. Yeah.
Aljo going for the takedown. Gets it easily. Good God. He is looking incredible. Oh, big hammer fist. Yan back to his feet. Petr Yan's got the back of Aljamain. He's holding him with a...
I mean, Dave, I'm like, Sterling is winning this round, but I think you're putting a little extra
too much.
You picked him, man.
You think? Those knees look really good. That hammer fist to the back of the head looked pretty rough.
It barely connected. Like, I'm a couple seconds back to you, so when you say something, I could analyze
Petr Yan just dropped Aljamain Sterling. Oh, my God.
Good. That's what I want to hear.
Oh, my goodness. Yo, I'm hyped for this fight either way, man. Whatever happens is good. Yeah, I think you're just mad because your boy's losing, Fred. I think that's what's happening. What the hell? What's going on here?
You got a little bit of AJ going on
Oh, he dropped him again with a leg kick this time. Yan dropped him with a punch before, and now with a solid leg kick. Good God. Petr Yan's got some power. I
hope Sterling didn't gas himself out like going so hard in the first
I don't know.
minutes.
Maybe he did.
That's a hard pace to keep for 25 minutes, I'll tell you.
Whoa, Sterling going for a weird trip takedown, and he gets it, and now he's going for a leg lock, maybe? Oh, he's got a weird position on him, and now he's just hammering punches to his body. That's a cool little move. Aljamain very creative with the...
Whoa, that was kind of strange, that, like, sweep kick that he did. Yeah, from Peter. It was, I don't know, maybe Sterling is having some leg issues. I'm not sure. 30. But it's good that I can see it so I can repeat exactly what you guys saw.
Why is that good? Whoa, Petr Yan with a big takedown, drops Aljamain on his head.
Man. Oh, he did a scissor sweep, man. So nice.
Yeah, that's way
Sterling,
behind
man,
AJ.
That's like
all right, that happened a long time ago. I don't care about that.
I know, man. I'm just taking a look at it.
No, just tell me what you saw after the round. Don't give me what you just saw, because it's so long ago, man. So long ago. I don't want to. It was a cool sweep.
Like my ex-girlfriend, so long ago.
Oh boy. Whoa.
Where are you at? What's your time?
The round just ended.
Okay.
Yeah, wow. And I'm 10 seconds back.
Listen.
That was a crazy round. I mean,
Listen,
I don't know.
This is exciting.
I think Sterling won, but he also got dropped a couple of times. Maybe he lost.
Sterling probably won.
Did he though?
I did.
He got dropped twice.
So. No, you know what? The
he was more aggressive
Sterling at the end.
I think he won. I think he won. I think he won that round. But
I think Sterling won that round.
Oh, that knee was
I'm not sure
sick.
he'll be able to keep the pace, though.
No.
Because that pace was like... And Yan was blocking a lot of the shots, and he didn't panic. And after that, he put on some offense because he's still, like... He's got a full gas tank, so...
Dave.
Wow. Yeah, that was crazy. Oh, and he dumped him on his head, too, with that takedown. That was nuts, that Petr Yan
Well,
takedown.
that's it. I was going to say.
Woo.
Right on his head, man.
What
that
a
was
round.
Mean.
What a round. That was crazy. What a fight. Whew. I love it. I'm loving this right now.
Nick approves.
I mean, I would love it more if Aljamain won because I picked him to win and Fred and AJ picked the other guys. So, you know, I just want Aljamain to win too, so I could be right. That's right, AJ. Well, mostly, actually, I just want AJ to be wrong more than I want to be right. You know? It's not even about Fred being wrong or anything. I just want AJ to be wrong more than I want to be right, you know?
No.
I just want to gloat that AJ was wrong.
I'm going to put a plaque in like this room of mine. AJ beats Dave in parlay picks. Listen, man, what we got to do is one night. Listen, man, last week you got lucky, Dave.
Last week I won like every fight that I picked.
So did I.
I got pretty lucky.
I'm not bragging.
All right.
Let's see what Sterling does here.
Sterling got tripped down. He's on his butt right now. 4 minutes left in the second round.
While throwing a kick, I think so.
Yeah.
Like he fell on his own.
Yeah.
But
it's like a slip.
Peter Yan is on top, but
oh, he's standing up. They're back to their feet now.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice body punch by Sterling. Sterling's working the body. He's got a variety of attacks. That's what I like about Aljamain Sterling. He's throwing knees, he's throwing kicks, he's throwing punches, and he's throwing them all over the place. Body, leg, head. He throws all kinds of strikes all over your body.
Cormier actually said something interesting. He says
hard to predict.
Sterling is like pretty much throwing anything, and it's like he's nervous. Like he's overreacting on a lot of things in what he's trying to execute. He has to calm down and just like refocus and do what he did in the first round. Like, you know, you just want to add so much into your techniques that you overcompensate, and that's what's happening. Just regroup, man, refocus, and don't go for unnecessary singles that are not going to help you.
Well,
Sterling's working for the takedown.
This cage work is going to drain him a bit, though, if he doesn't get it.
For sure.
Drain Sterling, you think?
Yeah.
Well, Petr Yan is the one.
Physically.
Petr Yan is the one getting pushed up against the fence and stuff. He still has to carry the weight.
Yeah, but when you're,
I don't know.
When you're going for that takedown, man, you're spending a lot of energy. When you're like they both are, but
yeah, I think they both are in that situation. Oh, Aljamain looking good.
1 for 5 on his takedowns.
Yeah, he's not landing a lot of them, but he's going for them. He's controlling the action there when he pushes Yan up against the fence.
He's pushing at a good pace again, man. I'm impressed by his cardio.
Yeah. Only the second round, though. We'll see how it lasts. Yeah. It's a 5-round fight, right?
I'm also surprised. I didn't think, like, he looks bigger than Yan. Like, I didn't expect him to look that much bigger, stronger.
Yeah, he's big, man. He's big for 135.
Yan is a small guy still a little bit.
Yeah. But Aljamain is big for the division. He's one of the bigger guys. He's usually the bigger guy in the fight. I think the UFC listed him at the same height, but I feel like Aljamain's taller.
He looks taller a bit.
Yeah. Man. What's the matter, AJ? You sad? You look sad.
It's just like, no, not at all. I'm just like looking at this, and I'm like, the intensity by Sterling, like he just keeps pressuring and whatnot. Like Freddie was saying, is that look, you're going into 5 rounds, into a 5-round fight. Man, this can go against you when it's going into the 3rd, 4th, 5th. It's tough, man. Aljamain needs to stand and throw those kicks and throw those punches. He's got to get away from like trying to take him to the canvas because it's not working, man.
Has Sterling ever been in a 5-rounder?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't think so.
But we'll see now. Like he's holding on to that single and he's not doing anything, man. You're just holding for no reason. You're losing,
I mean, he's winning
his energy,
round.
Man.
Also,
he's winning the round though, and now they have disengaged, and Aljamain is winning, landing punches, landing elbows.
Like right now, he's looking good. He's winning the first 2 rounds.
Oh, Petr Yan with a takedown.
Decision. He needs another one. You know.
Yeah,
Come on, man. You've got that leg so high. You should have been able to take him down, Sterling.
Oh, that was a nice.
You lost a good opportunity.
It was a nice little takedown, but not enough time in the round to do much with it. Petr Yan got a takedown late in the second round. Not enough time to do much, and Aljamain looks like he's won another round.
I think so, yeah.
I think he's won 2 rounds now. Looks good.
Man, I don't know, man.
Very aggressive.
Could go either or. Like,
you really thought Petr Yan won the second round? How? What did he do? Other than not get taken down.
Man.
Oh, come
listen,
on,
man. The last 20 seconds, man. That's
come on, AJ.
Listen, man, we've seen it many times, Dave, where we're like, no, that person definitely won the fight, and then it turns out to be the other way around. It depends on what the judges are seeing here. If they're seeing that, like, Petr Yan just took Sterling down and had his back and controlled him, you don't know how it affects, like, that round, man. The first round is, I don't know, man. It's a tough one. In my opinion, these first 2 rounds are, you can't say either or.
I'll say either
Jason says Sterling won both rounds.
I think Sterling has won both rounds.
Me too.
But I'm seeing some people calling it the other way on Twitter and different places. But I am scoring the first 2 rounds for Aljamain Sterling. Yeah, some people say the first round went to Petr Yan. Some people thought the second round went to Petr Yan. Shout out to Patrick C. Hamilton for the super chat. We appreciate the super chats. We had a super chat battle here on Thursday. Who is?
Pat, man, stay up, man. Get some Red Bull. Get some wings.
Yeah, this fight is not that exciting. I mean, although it's actually the second round was not that exciting. The first round was good. The second round was not as great. But it is a good fight, man. It is a good fight. Oh, Petr Yan landed a good shot, good punch there on Aljamain. Oh, Aljamain is getting into, or Yan is getting into his face now. Yan is controlling the center. Yan is looking really good.
Time, yeah. It's the first time we see Yan being the guy pushing the pace.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Aljamain isn't the one applying the pressure right now.
Yeah, he lost a little bit on that pace, it seems.
Oh, they're good.
And at the end of the second round, man, he seemed to be taking some deep breaths still, Sterling. Like,
yeah.
I said earlier, I'm impressed with his cardio, but let's see if he could do that for 25 minutes.
And that's the problem when you're trying to keep someone up against the octagon and not doing much with that single.
It's draining, I'm telling you, yeah.
Or it's draining. And
when you don't get that takedown, it's frustrating, it's draining. I think the guy pursuing the takedown is spending just as much, for sure. And if he doesn't get it, he gets frustrated also.
Ooh. Petr Yan. Shout out to Douglas Hepburn for the super chat. We appreciate you. Yeah, start the battle, super chat battle like we had on Thursday. That was good. Douglas just won up Patrick, I think. They're doing the battle.
Oh,
man, Petr Yan is looking really good in this round right now. He is all over Aljamain, landing big shots, just tossed him down with a trip takedown. It's a really good round for Petr Yan.
And I'm starting to think that he might finish him in the later rounds, if anything. Like, Peter looks pretty fresh right now.
Yeah. Oof, another big right hand.
That's what I was trying to say earlier, Fred. If you looked at the training regimen by, like, Petr Yan, I mean, this guy is like a robot. He's like
Russian,
it's
man. You asked Dave asked how he would beat him,
ridiculous.
Man. He'll beat him by being Russian, man.
Man, it's like there's no stop button, man. And that's the thing. As the rounds go further, man, these guys are so well conditioned. And Sterling, man, like you
What? Did AJ just freeze? What happened, AJ?
No, man. I was trying to look at how he swept.
You said and Sterling, man, and you stopped talking. What happened?
No, it's because it was the sweep. I'm like behind you guys, so I'm like looking at like how he executed.
Oh wow, Aljamain just got dropped again. Aljamain looks tired now.
And I don't know
he went for the takedown again. Oh my God, Yan is just tossing him down. Aljamain is in trouble.
Sterling shouldn't have went for that takedown, man. Try to keep it on your feet. But right now, he's tired, man. It's going to be hard. I think Yan's going to finish him in the next 2 rounds. I got Yan. I like to see the live betting lines.
Yeah. Aljamain looks like he's struggling here. Hasn't been able to land much of anything in this 3rd round. He's not pushing the pace like he was. I don't know about that.
Oh, man, Sterling. Damn.
There's a little bit of AJ in everybody.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't think he's put him in a position where he's dominate. Like, he hasn't put him in a near
biased judging.
Oh, there you
go. Like AJ.
He hasn't almost ended the fight, Petr Yan.
It's not biased, man. It's
hurt him.
It's my point of view. The factual.
It's biased.
I don't know,
Listen,
man. It might be a 10-8, man. Sterling looks so tired and all, man.
Listen,
significant strikes. Significant strikes are shown on the screen. Sterling in the first round, 27-11. In the second round, it was like 15-9, and then the 3rd round, he's losing here to Petr Yan. So it looked like Sterling landed more strikes in the first 2 rounds, which that's what it looked like to us. The numbers seem to back it up.
Yeah.
Sterling is losing this round, though, big time.
He's trying to be aggressive. I'll give him some props for that, but
he's trying to be aggressive with his grappling. He seems to really want to take him down to work something on the ground, but it's not happening for him.
He just doesn't have the same pop he had in the first round. Like, in the first round, he was the bigger, more athletic guy, and now he's still the bigger guy, but Yan looks in better shape.
Yeah. He looks tired.
Come on, Peter. This is a good fight, man. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, we have 2 rounds to go. Aljamain Sterling has won the first 2 rounds, we think. Petr Yan definitely won the 3rd round. But, 2 rounds to go, man. Anything can happen. And if Aljamain is ahead on the judges' scorecards, all he needs is 1 more round to win the fight. As bad as that 3rd round looked, if he did win the first 2 rounds, you know what I mean? He needs 1 more round and he could win this fight. So it's interesting.
Looked bad, man.
It looked bad. It looked like he's near getting finished, though. Like, Petr Yan might finish him here in the 4th. But, we've seen guys look terrible in rounds, get a minute off, get a little water, get some coaching, come back, and look totally different in the next round.
But the way he was being thrown around, man, like he was thrown around, like one arm thrown, like flipped, swept. It's a sign of fatigue, man. The body is like breaking down. These are like the way he swept him with that one hand, like sort of with a judo throw without actually throwing in like the leg for the sweep. I mean, he just threw him with his arm. So more of a hip throw than anything else. Man, when that happens, there's something wrong. And Sterling looked really fatigued in this 3rd. And the 4th round, I think it's not going to be any better. It's hard to get that 2nd win when you're being tossed around like that. It's...
Petr Yan caught a kick. Aljamain went down on his back. He's throwing some leg kicks from his back. Oh, gets back up to his feet.
It's going to be another round for Yan.
Wow. Nothing's happened, Fred. What are you talking about? We're a minute in, not even.
You'll see.
All right.
Freddie knows, man. Don't
Freddie
mess with
is predicting.
Freddie Savard.
Nostradamus
Freddie
Fred.
Jojo Savard. Freddie knows, man.
We'll see.
Where's Connor's commercial when we need it? Because through the prelims, all I heard was like Connor's.
Aljamain seems a little more aggressive here in the 4th round than he was in the 3rd.
But again, Peter's blocking everything, and he's not panicking, and I think he's just being patient. Peter's fighting a smart fight still. He's not engaging in the brawl that Sterling wants.
Ooh, nice little short elbow by Sterling. Ooh, nice left hand by Petr Yan right back. Yeah, Petr Yan's very technical. Good boxing. Really good boxing.
He was an amateur boxer, as well. So
you could tell.
He's got those skills.
Aljamain again pressing him up against the fence. Take it easy, AJ. Aljamain is pushing Petr Yan up against the fence. You always want to know what's going on, but you're a little confused sometimes. Jason Pete thought Aljamain won the first 2 rounds, but of course Petr Yan definitely won that third. We're in the fourth round. We're about halfway through here in the fourth. And so far, I think Petr Yan has won this fourth round, but it has not been as dominant as the third.
It's been a tight round.
Yeah.
This is one that could go either way right now.
So far, yeah, I would say so.
If you're impressive in the last 2 minutes, you might get it. Like, both guys try to be impressive in the last 2 minutes here.
Aljamain with a short little knee to the body, little kicks. Like, he's walking forward. That's what he needs to do to get that success that he had in the earlier rounds. Keep walking forward on Petr Yan. Oh, he just ate a big right hand. Moving backwards, though, you know? This is a close round. And what's been pretty much... I think Piotr's landing more, but it's pretty close. It's not...
Of course.
Yeah, okay, AJ, but you're just super biased. You don't know what the hell you're talking about.
What?
You're 5 minutes late.
Yeah, you don't know where you are in the round. Exactly. Come on. Get it together. Oh, big shot from Petr Yan. He's putting it on in the last couple minutes here.
Yeah, I think Yan's going to win this round again.
He's looking like it, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice analysis.
Like, he's very precise in his shots. Like, I like Yan. He doesn't throw as much as Sterling, but he's hitting target a lot when he throws.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what I'm saying, is that's what it's come down to. Like, all the punches he's throwing and the kicks, they're landing, and they're on target. Like, Sterling has slowed down a lot, man. You think he's doing better in this round than the third? I think it's pretty much the same. He doesn't have...
Yan is doing good here in the last...
Yeah.
No, but here comes Sterling. Sterling's going for him.
Yeah.
You know? Like, Yan starts doing good, but then Sterling battles back and lands a couple shots. You know, it's... Oh! That was an illegal knee! What in the fuck? Sterling was down, and Petr Yan just kneed him right in the face.
Man.
He was totally down. What the fuck? That hurt real bad.
He had one knee down, yeah.
What in the fuck?
That was stupid.
Really stupid. He kneed him right in the
points
face.
For that.
That was fully illegal.
Points for that.
You gotta lose. You might get disqualified for that shit if you can't continue. What the fuck? That might be a no contest or a disqualification. That fucked Aljamain Sterling up. He doesn't look like he knows where he is right now.
Is it like WWE? The title doesn't change hands on the DQ?
I have no idea.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Yo, they're saying that if Aljamain Sterling can't continue and the fight is stopped because it was an intentional foul, it's totally illegal, that Aljamain Sterling would win the fight by disqualification and become champion. I mean, he'd have to fight him again eventually.
Looking worse, man. I don't know, man. Come on, man. Get up.
He's fucked up. He's not continuing.
This is bullshit.
I mean, he tried to get up and he couldn't get up. I mean, you could say it's bullshit and maybe he's milking it a little bit, but you could also say that he just got kneed in the face when he wasn't expecting it in an illegal position. He looks confused. He's fucked up. This fight is
He's
over.
Milking it. Somebody from his corner yelled that he heard Rogan say it or whoever was saying it.
I mean, how do you... Okay, but even if he is selling and milking it, whatever, how do you let him continue after he just fell back down? The fight is definitely over. He's done. He can't get up. Look at him. He's down. He can't stand up. He's all fucked up. The referee doesn't know what to do. He doesn't want to call it, but he's like, yo, man, can you get up? And Aljamain's like, no, I just got kneed in the head. I don't know where I am. And Petr Yan's like,
man, you know what?
This is the craziest shit. Are you fucking kidding me?
He's selling more than AEW wrestlers. Damn right, man.
Speaking of AEW, don't forget to catch our AEW post-show tomorrow night after AEW Revolution. There will be an exploding barbed wire death match. It will be Jon Moxley versus Kenny Omega for the AEW World Championship. We'll be watching it along with you tomorrow night, 11 p.m. right here on the channel. This fight is over. It's over.
Look, man, he knows he was losing it. And you know what? It's a good way to walk away with.
That sucks.
I don't know what happens here. Yeah, it does.
I don't know what the official decision is going to be. It might be a disqualification. Aljamain is in tears. I don't know what's going on with him. I mean, this is not the way he wanted the fight to end. This is not the way anybody wanted this fight to end.
No, Sterling.
But what the hell, man? You can't do that. I mean, Petr Yan. That's as illegal gets.
It's.
That fight, I mean, that knee, come on, man. You can't throw that knee. What was that? That is one of the biggest fucking mistakes in a title fight I've ever seen. What was Petr Yan thinking there? What was he thinking?
Too bad,
it's a disqualification. I think Aljamain Sterling has won the fight. Told you guys. I told you guys Aljamain would win, and I knew it would be like this. As I predicted. I knew it the whole way. Told you,
it's
AJ.
like having a corked bat, man.
I think Petr Yan was on his way to winning that fight, too.
Is laughing on Facebook.
Petr Yan, I think, was on his way to winning that fight, right?
Yeah, of course. He was
clearly down.
It.
Cracked him right in the jaw. Aljamain went down holy fuck. Kaboom! Right to the head. And Piotr's
I like the
what?
comments. He's selling more than AEW wrestlers.
Yeah, well, maybe he was. Fred, don't be salty because your boy lost.
Don't turtle if you don't want to get kneed in the face. I agree.
Exactly, man.
Jason Pete also says, dumb move by Yan, though. You can't be kneeing a guy like that in the head in a title fight if you don't want to lose. You know what I mean? You can't just do that and expect to not have anything happen to you.
Let's see him get up right now to get his title. He's gonna feel fine all of a sudden.
I mean, but you can't do that.
Yeah, but
you can say whatever. He's standing up now, but he's being helped to his feet.
I was liking this fight, man.
It was a good fight. We're going to see it again, though, Fred. We'll see it again. Okay, so it's over.
Yeah, but you know what? The ref was saying he's...
What the hell, Petr Yan? Petr Yan fucked up.
He doesn't understand that.
Do you even give him the rematch after doing this? Do you even give it to him?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Yeah,
because it's not like he was losing the fight. Come on, Dave. Don't be one of those guys.
How do you do that, though? How do you do that?
Because
who does that?
Tomorrow.
Listen, the guy... Exactly, man.
Aljamain's concussed. And he's got to go on a victory tour.
Having it up a bit more.
With the belt.
It's a joke. It's not a good... It doesn't make him look good as well. He's being held up. If you're that wobbly, maybe you shouldn't be there to get your arm raised, you know? Accept the belt in the hospital.
Aljamain is getting the belt wrapped around his waist by Dana. He doesn't want it. He's taking it off.
Even Dana. I love Dana's face.
Dana just walks away what are you going to do? Aljamain Sterling, he leaves the belt in the cage. He doesn't want it. Aljamain Sterling is the UFC Bantamweight champion. He has won the title on a disqualification, which at least in pro wrestling, that never happens. You should never win a title on disqualification. In pro wrestling, count out or DQs, you don't lose a goddamn title. Titles don't change hands on disqualifications. What are you doing, UFC? Don't you know the rules of fighting? But Aljamain Sterling is the new UFC Bantamweight champion, even though I'm pretty sure he was on his way to losing. But we never know what would have happened in that fifth and final round, guys, because we all thought Aljamain won the first two rounds. We all thought Petr Yan won the third and was winning the fourth, and momentum was certainly on his side. But we fucking never know what might have happened in that fifth, and if Aljamain would have turned it on...
Third also.
If Aljamain would have turned it on, and who knows? But look, all that shit is moot at this point because Petr Yan threw an illegal knee that dropped Aljamain Sterling and ended the fight. And Aljamain Sterling is the new bantamweight champion.
Boo. No,
he's
and not
playing it all the way
Sterling.
to the end of
not
the
to take away from Sterling,
I appreciate.
But, dude, listen, man, this is like getting a pubic hair in your dessert. This is like.
How often does that happen to you?
There should.
That sounds like a regular occurrence for some reason.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something.
Are they interviewing this man? They're going to do a post-fight interview with Aljamain Sterling. He's sitting on a chair. He looks so sad and like almost concussed. They're going to make this guy talk? I need to hear this.
What, CM Punk's going to jump out soon?
Joe's going to make him cry.
Aljamain looks like he's going to cry. I've never seen a guy look so sad after winning a title.
Well, dude, he didn't win it. Like, that's the thing. He was probably going to lose it.
Well, you never know. But probably.
I know.
I think so. No, I think so. I think he was on his way to losing, but
he was on his way to losing, and it's not.
I'll tell you this much though. Can I tell you?
But somebody
Aljamain.
You know what?
If you bet on Aljamain Sterling, it's a W, and on my parlay, he's winning, baby. So let's go.
That's such bullshit, man. So there goes our parlay, Dave. Freddie. But you know what?
Your parlay's dead because of this. That's crazy.
Thank you, Sterling. But somebody said it. If he's that like comatose, how come there's no EMTs or anybody?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he's there with an interview. Come on, man.
He's
Where's Roman Reigns at this point? I want to see someone come in and hit him over the head with a chair.
Is he the surprise guy at AEW?
This is all fake. This is all fake. This is a work. UFC's fake. WWE's real. Spread the word. UFC's fake. WWE's real. This is all fake. How come Aljamain Sterling didn't go to the hospital? How come no medical personnel are attending to him right now after he just got concussed and he couldn't continue the fight? How come he's talking to Joe Rogan right now? It's all fake.
And if somebody turtles up in front of you, man, you should be allowed to knee him, man. I mean, that's like fucking quitting, man, turtling up, man.
Douglas Hepburn says, rematch. Where's Adam Pearce when you need him? That's what we need. We need Adam Pearce to come out or Teddy Long to come out. Okay, Aljamain, Piotr Jan, we're going to bring out Jose Aldo and Uriah Faber, and we're going to have a tag team match, player. That's what they should have done.
Listen, I feel bad for Sterling, man. I don't think he wants to be in this position, you know?
Well, no shit. Look, who would?
No, but look, Peter Yan, he probably doesn't understand any English. When he was telling him, like, I don't know, man. If you look at it, he was turtled up, but at one point he completely, like, raises his body up with his knees, so it looked like he was coming up. I think that's what Peter Yan felt with the body, that he was standing up and he was going to throw that knee to the body. It just backfired on him, you know.
Man, Johnny Bones Jones killing it. Killing it. Stay down. Take the win. Johnny Bones Jones.
I mean, I would have done it, like, for sure.
Yeah,
if my corner's yelling, stay down, you got the title, I'm staying down.
At that point, man, stay down. You get the win bonus. You get the title. There's so much more at stake than, like, how you look. Like, who cares, man? Even if you're selling, like, even if you're not that hurt, right? Even if, like, I think he was pretty hurt, okay? I don't think he was selling, but let's say he was. You got to stay down and take the win at that point because, A, you're going to get the belt, but who cares about the belt? It's a win bonus thing. You get a rematch for the belt. You get whatever. It's like, it's worth it. It's worth it to stay down. And at that point, it did hurt. Like, it might not have fucked you up to the point where you have to stop fighting, but it for sure hurt to the point where it's like, God damn, man. He just landed a strike on me that was totally illegal, and it hurt like a motherfucker. So fuck him. I'm going to stay down. Fuck you, Piotr Jan. Disqualification. Suck on that. You know what I mean? Like, stick it to the guy. Because, like, if somebody gives me an illegal knee and it fucking hurts, I'll be like, yeah, fuck you. I'm staying down, bitch. I'm taking the DQ and your belt. What's up? What's up now? You know what I mean? Like, I'll fight you again. Now I know how to fight you. I know what I did wrong. Fight you again. Fuck you up next time. Like, yeah, fuck it, man. I mean, it was the right move.
So fucked up.
If Aljamain would have got up and then lost the fight, it'd be like, man, you should have stayed down. You would have won, man.
Dude, but it's like, it's a bad way to win, man.
Of course.
But who knows? Maybe. Look,
but what's better? Let me ask you this.
Coming out.
Would you rather have a bad win or a loss?
Dude, there's bad wins, but this is the first time this ever happened in the UFC history on a title fight. It's never happened before, and I'm sure, like, they didn't even know what to do. Even Peter Yan was like putting his hands up like he thought he won. He's like all confused. He's like, what do you mean I didn't win? I knocked him out. But that's what I'm trying to tell you, man. He didn't understand like the comments from the ref. He had no idea that you couldn't throw that knee. I'm telling you, this guy's English is not great.
He didn't know that you couldn't throw that knee?
No, he probably didn't understand the ref telling him that.
He's been fighting in the UFC for years. What are you talking about?
Doesn't matter.
How does he not know?
Look how many times it's
Get out of here, bro.
Look how many times it happens.
He speaks English. He speaks English.
It doesn't matter, bro. The guy's winning the fight. He's not going to throw something that, like, you're ahead. You know that you've won the last round and you're winning this round. Why would you want to throw something that's illegal? I'm telling you, in the moment, he thought the guy was standing. If you look at the replay, you can see Sterling's back go from turn to straight up.
He thought the guy was standing. AJ revisionist history once again. Classic AJ. Oh, Patrick C. Hamilton dropping a super chat, beating Doug Hepburn and saying this one's for Nick, who's Doug's kid. Doug, he's coming at you in the super chat battle. Patrick C. Hamilton going hard. I love it. I love it. That's crazy. David Combs in the chat says, it was unfortunate for it to end that way, but that's the only decision that could have happened. They should rematch, though. Shout out to David watching us on Facebook. I know we got a lot of people watching on Facebook and Twitch tonight. Of course, on YouTube. We appreciate everybody watching. If you're watching, don't forget to like the video. Subscribe to the channel, whether you're watching us on anything, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Subscribe to the channel. We appreciate you. Also become a member. You could go to donate.ringsidereport.net. Donate.ringsidereport.net. Also, buy the merch. Go to merch.ringsidereport.net. And I saw Anthony said, there goes our parlay. Not mine. Not mine, Anthony. There goes Fred and AJ's parlay because they both took Piotr Yan, who obviously was going to get disqualified. Everybody saw that coming, especially Dave. Dave knew that.
Listen,
that was
man,
how it was. I said before the fight, Aljamain DQ finish. Piotr Jan's gonna come in with the steel chair. He's gonna hit him. It's gonna be a DQ. It's gonna be all fucked up. I said that to you guys. I told you guys. Look at that. Look at that shit. You like that? That's Piotr Yan. That's Aljamain Sterling cashing in as the underdog. Aljamain Sterling and new. So Dave's parlay 1-0. That's my first. I'll take it. I'll take a win. I mean, it's money, right? I'll take it. I mean, it's bullshit, obviously. But as long as Amanda Nunes, listen, as long as Amanda Nunes and Jan Błachowicz both win tonight, Dave wins money. That's all that matters to Dave. I don't care how it happens. I don't care how it happens. I just want Dave to win money. And my parlay is intact. So if you bet with Dave, I want Team Dave to win money. So if you bet with Team Dave, you're still in it. If you bet with Team Freddie and AJ, Team DQ, you got disqualified. You are dis-fucking-qualified.
Dave, that was such bullshit, man. I don't even know where to begin. Like, you know what? The way this is going, who knows what's going to happen next? Fuck.
But Piotr Yan shouldn't throw that knee. It doesn't make sense. And don't tell me that he didn't know. Don't tell me he didn't know.
I'm telling you, man. Look, it wasn't like he was losing the fight at that point. It was a mental mistake. Who knows what happened? Look, it's in the heat of the moment. I think, listen, if Sterling was that injured, how can he be doing an interview? Done that to it doesn't make sense, man. Yeah,
I mean, in Russia, everything goes, man. Come on, man.
Well, you need to learn the law of the land wherever you are because you can get in trouble for not knowing the local customs and rules.
Absolutely.
Like not kneeing a downed opponent in an MMA fight in the UFC. This isn't Japan. This isn't Russia. This isn't ONE FC. You can't do that shit here, Piotr Yan. You know the rules. You've been fighting in the UFC for a long-ass time. You know the fucking rules. You were winning that fight. You should be the champion right now. You should be the champion. Acme Toon says that wasn't a mistake. He doesn't think that he did it by accident. He thinks he did it on purpose. And if he did do it on purpose, why? Why would you do it on purpose? Because he thought he was up? He was fully down. How do you think he's up? Well, yeah, you thought he's getting up, but he's not up. Went up. He was down.
I know, man, and that's it, man. He's right. It wasn't a mistake. He was probably trying to execute a knee with. He thought that Sterling was moving up so he would get the knee to the body. It was a mistake. It was just like nanosecond, man, and it's a mistake.
Jason Pete firing it. $3 and $1 up in Patrick, trying to beat Patrick. But now
Mexico is in the lead.
Doug just beat Jason, fired back with $3.99. He says anymore, and Nick doesn't go to college. Well, Nick, look, let me tell you something about college. It's overrated.
Connor didn't go to college.
They pay too much. Go to the School of Hard Knocks. Go to the streets. And also just go to a gym, do jiu-jitsu, become a professional wrestler. It's way better. Forget college. That's what I say to all the kids. Get out of school and fight. It's more fun. Right, Fred? That's good advice, right? I got good advice tonight, bro. Bet on Aljamain because you know he's winning by DQ, and don't go to school. Ever.
Stay in school. Don't be a fool. You know that saying, Dave?
Don't tell my son I said that, though. That'd be bad.
Franco says they said he asked his corner.
Don't tell your girlfriend mostly because she'll probably look at you weird.
Oh, yeah, well, she does already. I mean, she knows what's up.
Wait. I'm trying to get Franco's comment. Who asked whose corner? Was it Sterling or was it like Poiter Jan's corner? Who asked that?
They said he asked his corner and did it. Oh, like maybe asked his corner if he could do it and then he did it?
Said stay down.
I don't know. No say. Here comes the greatest women's fighter of all time, Amanda Nunes.
Yeah.
Here we go, baby.
At this rate here, man, it could either be a draw, a freaking disqualification, or God knows, man, underdog wins it. It's one of those nights, man.
It's been a weird night.
You know what?
I mean, that was weird.
Damn,
that was
man,
one of the weirdest.
They're gonna have a rematch.
Yeah, they have to have a rematch. But, like, that's one of the weirdest title fight finishes in UFC history. That might be the weirdest.
Well, it's never happened before. It's never happened before. This is the first time that's ever happened. Yeah,
and that's been a question that I've wondered, too. If there's a disqualification in a title fight, does the title change hands? And yes, it does. Because Jan was a champion going in, and he lost his belt by disqualification, which I didn't know. And I know pretty much all the rules inside and out of MMA, but, like, I'd never seen it happen before, so I wasn't really sure. I was like, yeah, I guess that the title would change hands, but maybe not because disqualification and pro wrestling, you know, but no, the title does change hands on a DQ. So weird.
But that's weird, man. Listen, Franco says it was Peter's corner, so Peter might have heard his corner saying, like, Neum, like, there you go. It was a mistake, man, obviously, from the corner, but, man, I don't know. I got to
Piotr Jan's corner told him to do that? If they told him to do that, that was some bad advice. He lost the belt. And, like, you know Dana's crazy. He might just be pissed at Piotr Jan and be like, no, you're not getting a title shot. You can't do that in my organization. Fuck you, you know? Who knows? Dana's crazy. Like, Dana does crazy shit. Come on, man. You know Dana. He might be pissed. Like, when Dana gets pissed at you, he'll fuck you out of your title shot that everybody thinks you deserve. You know what I mean? That's what happens with Dana. When Dana's pissed at you, he'll fire you because you're not worth the money, he thinks. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dana might be pissed at Piotr Jan, man. I'd be pissed if I were Dana. Man. The guy fucking ruined a solid main event.
You mean pissed at Aljamain?
I don't know. Piotr Jan was the one that threw the knee.
Maybe.
I think he's probably pissed at the whole situation, but I don't know. I think,
or maybe he's very happy. Dave.
It depends who he's more pissed at, right, Fred?
This rematch.
If he's pissed at Aljamain, he puts him in the immediate rematch with Jan because you know how the fight was going. But if he's pissed at Jan, he's like, "Fuck you! You're not getting your rematch. Somebody else." You know? You never know.
That would be too hard to
watch the post-fight press conference. You never know.
Okay. No, you're right. Which I will be watching, but
Dana says that the UFC is gonna do a pay-per-view in front of a packed stadium in Houston in 3 weeks. Dana says a lot of wild shit. Okay, you never know. La Mula wants to know why was Sterling crying. Sterling was crying because he was really unhappy and the emotions, and he was somewhat concussed. I think sometimes when you get like knocked and concussed, you cry, and it's, you know.
Well, I don't know.
Saying that it's not that serious how he won. Look, it was a pretty it's a traumatic thing, man. You're going into a title fight that you think you're gonna win, and then you're kind of losing, and then you do win it in this weird fashion. Like, I don't know. I could see where the emotion was for Aljamain. I don't fault him. I thought he handled it the way he handled it. It was what it was.
Look, Bones Jones said it the best, man. Just take it and take
Stay
the money.
down.
But in the end, man, it's a cheap win, man. It's a cheap win. It's a cheap win for both sides, man. It's a cheap loss and a cheap win. Nobody wins out of this except Dana White with the rematch, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen. He might throw this on the March 27th card. This is something, because I want to see this rematch not next year. I want to see it now.
It's not going to be on the March 27th.
Well, you know what? They're going to take a look at the...
Say it, Fred.
Colby Covington called him Cheater Pan, so I like that.
That's pretty bad, man. That's bad. No, there's going to be a backlash from both sides on this.
You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't knee a grounded opponent like that.
Bullshit.
I mean, here's Amanda Nunes getting introduced. Megan Anderson's been introduced. This fight is about to happen. The referee's bringing them in. And here's referee Jason Herzog, who, for my money, is the #1 referee in the game. I think he is the best ref.
Not Herb Dean.
Tell you, I bet Dana this is Aljamain. Like, let's just make it friendly. Yeah, he says he should have continued. That's what I say. Dana
I bet
says.
he disses Piotr Yan and says, "What the fuck were you doing that?" All right, that'll be our friendly bet, Fred. Gentlemen, the fight is on. 4 minutes, 55, 54, 53, 52. We are in the first round for the Women's Featherweight Championship. Megan Anderson doesn't look as... Like, she looks so much taller than Amanda all fight week, and she is taller than her, but she doesn't look as tall in the cage because they're barefoot.
Megan was wearing...
Yeah, Megan's really tall, but she was wearing, like, high heels. She looked gigantic next to Amanda at one point, and I was like, what the hell? But
6 inches.
She's still quite a bit taller than her.
She's got long legs.
She's 6 foot.
Long legs.
Oh yeah.
Here we go. Let's see what happens in this fight. What's going to be the controversy?
I don't know if there will be.
What's the
There's Amanda landing a nice right hand. I don't think there's going to be any kind of controversy. I really hope not. I just want to see. I just want to see a fight. Maybe we'll see a big upset. If Megan Anderson wins, it'll be one of the biggest upsets in the history of the UFC. And on this card,
25 minutes.
Yeah. I want to get to Yan and Amanda landed a solid right hand and wobbled Anderson. I don't think this is going to go 25 minutes. This is Amanda Nunes we're talking about. Megan looks hurt.
Dave, your volume, I don't know if...
What's the matter? Oh, my goodness. Oh, she's down. She's got her down. She's got her back. 90 seconds in, and Amanda looks like she's about to finish her. She's taking her back, looking for the rear naked choke. Or maybe an arm bar.
You see?
She's going for the arm bar.
Oof.
Oh, maybe reverse triangle? Ooh, reverse triangle. Going for the armbar. She's got her in all sorts of trouble. She's fucked. It's over. Tap to that armbar, Megan Anderson. There you go. Taps. It's over. Might have broken her arm on that armbar. That was quick. Amanda Nunes Jiu-Jitsu comes through. See, it's a lock. That's what I'm saying, Fred. She's a lock. She's fucking Amanda Nunes. She ran right through her. That was so easy. Yeah, she broke her arm on that fucking armbar, right? That was sick.
I don't know, but
I mean that arm snapped for sure.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you in a sec.
Amanda Nunes destruction. Oh my god. It hyperextended. I don't know if it broke, but it fucking hurt.
Let's see this. Here we go.
It looks okay right now.
Yeah, I don't think it broke, but God, it was in a weird angle. It looked awful.
Double jointed.
Yeah, maybe.
One of my buddies at jiu-jitsu has like these crazy arms. Nice. I think they call like double jointed, and he's always like you can't get him in an arm bar because he just pops.
Screw the arm bar. That's why you go for the RNC at that point. Guys that are double jointed, don't waste your time. Go for something that can't have to be double jointed.
She started it with punches that hurt her. Megan went for this sloppy takedown. Amanda was like, "No, I take you down."
Amanda is
like Megan just kind of dove at her for the takedown, and Amanda was just reversed it, got on top, started pounding on her, took her back, and then with a beautiful reverse triangle position, finished her with the straight armbar. She could have choked her, too, with that reverse triangle. Like, that leg is right across the neck. She could have choked her, armbarred her. She could have tapped her in 2 different ways with that hold in the finish of the fight. That's as dominant as you get. She's the new Cyborg. She runs right through her opponents, and these people are not even, like, she's so far ahead of the game. She's 10 steps ahead of everybody else. Greatest of all time. Amanda Nunes does it again. Greatest women's fighter of all time, and maybe the greatest champion in the history of the UFC, defending both championships at 135 and 145, back and forth, jumping weight divisions. Nobody's done it since. Nobody's ever done it. Nobody will do it again. Well, maybe somebody will do it again, but goddamn, you're going to have to be pretty good to beat Amanda Nunes. Double champ.
There's just no interesting
Best
fights
champ.
for her no more.
She's beat everybody.
That's the only problem.
She beat everybody.
There's no one close to this girl.
This is the thing. She's beat everybody at 135. She's beat everybody at 145, and she beat the champion at 125 twice. She's beat fucking everybody. And there's Amanda with her little, I think that's a baby boy. She's got a little kid. And Amanda and Megan all hugging with the little baby in the cage afterwards. That's sweet. It's a little newborn baby.
Listen, we told Anthony Plesha.
Oh, it's a daughter. It's her daughter.
$5, I know, but.
Sorry. Yeah, that's a guarantee, man. Amanda Nunes is as guarantee as you can get. Smashing.
Jeez, man. She's such a beast. Dave, I can't hear you, man. Is the volume?
What? You can't hear me? What are you talking about?
What happened?
I couldn't hear you. I don't know if Freddie could hear you.
Fred, can you hear me?
It was. I don't know if.
AJ, you can't hear me?
No, I was hearing you, but it sounded like it was like sort of freezing out the voice. Like
That's
sort of
you,
like,
AJ. If there's ever a problem, it's always on your end. AJ, are you there?
Look how cute that kid is, man. He's got a little mohawk.
Fred, are you hearing AJ?
What's
going on? Yeah, AJ, are you behind? What's happening with AJ? AJ's like freezing out or something. AJ's having internet problems.
Go wake up Noah.
What?
Yeah. Go fix your shit again,
Do you hear
AJ.
me?
Yeah, we hear you, but like you're, I don't know.
Everything seems okay.
Everything seems
I'll
fine.
be right back.
What?
Why
is AJ leaving?
Man.
Don't leave, AJ.
Can you see me?
Oh my God, we can see you, but now you look.
What?
Bring it back to where you were.
I can't see you. I'm not
Stop
making
the
the movie.
close-up. What the fuck happened, AJ? We've been doing a show for over 2 hours, and now your shit's all fucked up. Did he just disappear again?
The only problem is your
what is the matter
understanding
with
of internet.
Yeah.
His only problem is the understanding of internet.
His internet connection is garbage.
Okay to me. I don't know. He was sounding okay to me.
Smurf.
The only thing that was weird was him.
Can you see me? Am I actually moving? Or
We
am I
can
like
see
a stiff
you.
bird like Fred
You were
was on
sounding
Thursday?
fine. You were sounding
Am
fine.
I moving or not?
You just couldn't hear me for some reason, or you heard me and you weren't responding, which is also possible because you don't listen. So I don't know what's going on. Are you not listening, or can you not hear me? Oh, now you're glitching out. Your internet is shit, AJ.
I hear you.
Get better internet.
You're glitching out. I'm hearing you perfect, and now you're glitching out.
Yeah, because that's your shitty internet, AJ. Stop. Oh, my fuck. It's always you. Look at you. Me and Fred are perfectly fine. We are fine. We are talking to each other. We are fine. I'm seeing your internet connection right now. I see it. You're in red. Fred is green. I'm green. Oh, no, you're green now. But you're all fucked up, AJ. No, don't log off. No, don't log off. You're going to make it worse.
What?
Stay on, you fuck. Jesus. Goddamn, listen to me when I tell you how to do these things, AJ. It's not that complicated. Fuck.
I'm telling you, man.
Amanda Nunes has won. Another victory for Amanda Nunes. Yes!
Jesus, Murphy, it's as bad as your fucking win with Sterling. It's as cheap as your Sterling win. What kind of bullshit?
AJ, Freddie and I are having no problems talking to each other. So if you keep interrupting and asking, can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'm just going to cut you out of the show for the rest of the show. It's something wrong. It's the device you're using, apparently. Your internet's okay, but whatever you're on, your iPad, your cell phone, or whatever, Yeah, well, now you're having problems,
Stop
AJ.
downloading porn at the same time.
Stop downloading stuff. Stop streaming other things. Are you streaming multiple things right now, AJ? How much are you streaming? Look, he froze out again, didn't he? It's a shitty... Yeah, look.
I think he's not moving. Yeah.
No, he froze.
Yeah, he's frozen.
He froze again.
A R2-D2.
AJ, you froze. I'm getting rid of him. I'm getting rid of AJ because he keeps freezing, and then he keeps complaining about it.
His stuff.
Yeah, go
restart his stuff.
Should we get him to restart? Hold on, let's talk to him again. Let's see if he's there.
I'm gonna restart it.
Yeah, get out.
That's what I wanted to say from the beginning, you bastard.
Yeah. God damn, man. It's like we do this for so long, so many times. It's always the same shit with AJ, and for some reason, it's always AJ. Your shit's fine, my shit's fine, and AJ's like, Dave, I can't hear you. What's going on? And the thing is, with Crazy, the crazy thing about AJ is that he's like, he blames it on us. He's like, Dave, there's something wrong with your stuff. I don't know what's going on. I can't hear you. Something's wrong with your mic. And I'm like, no, AJ, nothing's wrong. Everything's fine. Fred, can you hear me? Yeah, we're good. Everybody can hear me. Everything's fine. And then AJ is like, oh, I don't know what's going on. I can't hear you, Dave. Something's wrong with your stuff. And I'm like, no, AJ, it's on your end. No, everything's fine on my end. But we always know it's AJ's, right? It's always something with AJ. It's always something. People are telling AJ to reboot his router. Doug Hepburn says, free AJ, free AJ. I don't even know what that means. Fucking AJ. I don't care that he has problems. I care that he blames them on me all the time. He's always blaming it on me. Dave, something's wrong with you. I can't hear you. I'm like, no, it's...
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Oh, my God. Amanda's talking. I don't know what she's saying.
I don't know. But like I said earlier, I got no clue who she could fight right now, man. There's nothing interesting for her. That's the biggest issue.
Yeah. I can't think of one person that I want to see her fight. Not a single person. Like, who's there?
Cyborg rematch, but Cyborg's not there, so.
I wanted to see that, but... Like, there's nobody. Plus, the featherweight division, there's nobody in that, right? Go Manscaped with Fred. Go to manscaped.com. Use that promo code Ringside20 to get 20% off your order. Yeah, you need to scape yourself, Fred. Get 20% off your order over at manscaped.com using that promo code Ringside20. And you get free shipping. It's a good deal. But I look at the UFC's featherweight rankings for the women. There's nobody there. It's Amanda Nunes as champion, and then nobody ranked behind her. They might just get rid of the featherweight division altogether. And then you look at the 135 division, and it's like Jermaine Durandamy, Holly Holm. Aspen Ladd is up there. She is ranked third. I mean, Jermaine Durandamy and Holly Holm have already lost to Amanda, but maybe you have them there. Aspen Ladd just beat Yana Kunitskaya in her last fight. Maybe Aspen Ladd? Yana Kunitskaya is coming off a couple wins, but I don't know. Like, Aspen Ladd, Amanda Nunes doesn't really do it for me. When did Amanda fight Holly? You know, maybe you throw Holly in there again. Maybe you throw Jermaine Durandamy in there again. Like, to me, Jermaine Durandamy came the closest. She looked really good against Amanda. It was a close fight. It was a decision, and it wasn't a complete obliteration. Amanda TKO'd Holly back in 2019. The Jermaine Durandamy fight is now 2 years ago. It's almost a year and a half. December 2019, Amanda beat Jermaine Durandamy. Since then, Jermaine Durandamy has beat Juliana Pena. I would put Jermaine Durandamy up in there against Amanda Nunes again because she's the only one I think that has a shot in hell of coming close to beating her. Because it was a close decision. Welcome back, AJ.
She's a good striker, so yeah, like Jermaine would make sense. Anybody you put in there, Amanda's going to be a huge favorite, I think, even against Jermaine. But yeah, Jermaine could make sense. And as for Amanda, man, I think we just got to appreciate her dominance. So whoever they put, man, let's just watch a dominant fighter be excellent at what she does.
She's the greatest. Greatest of all time. AJ, how you doing? Is everything fixed?
No, it was actually it was the other line that called in. It was Sterling. He says that he's going to give me and Freddie our money
You're
back.
on dial-up?
Because I'm on dial-up.
He's on dial-up.
I'm looking at everybody. AJ's been green all night. Green screen, man. Listen,
people are saying free AJ. People think I'm being too hard on you, AJ, but they don't know what I deal with off the show.
No.
It spills out on the show, off the show, like when we're not on YouTube. AJ gives me so much shit, and he's always blaming all his technical glitches on me, and I'm like, I don't know. And I try to help him fix it, and he just blames me, and it's always him.
Listen, man, I said the best thing. Let me just restart, and boom, look at this, perfect. As good as new, man. I think it was something to do with maybe the production team, something happened there.
Oh, see, that's what you always do. You always do. You blame me. You blame the team that does everything for us, and it's really just you and your lack of understanding of technology.
You know what it is? Maybe it's the production team that's upset because they went with a fix and they lost. What sharing screen?
The problem is between your chair and your screen.
I agree, 100%. No, because our production team would always go with Team Dave, and Team Dave is still on the winning path.
Oh, it's a team. You like the cheat day? That's cool. I'm cool about that.
I like cheating. If you're not cheating, you're not trying. You have to win by any means necessary. Fred agrees with that. Fred liked that. If you're not cheating, you're not trying. Fred's like, yeah. Dave's right about that.
I got a better one. If you're not cheating, you're not really giving 100%. Because, I mean, what, you couldn't cheat, man?
That's right. Aljamain gave 100% in selling the shit out of that illegal knee. And that's why he's the fucking champion. He's the world champion today because he knows how to fucking stay down when he Look, man, if you're so mad about it, AJ, I know you're really mad because you picked Piotr Yan.
Absolutely.
And I get it, and I get why you're mad. But A, you already lost your parlay, so forget about it. You wouldn't have won money anyways tonight. And
what are you talking about? No, my parlay was doing well.
Oh, your parlay was intact? Oh, well. It's over now.
It was perfectly intact.
It's over now.
But then,
and
you know what?
B,
that's okay.
And B, AJ, your
bullshit calls are okay in the UFC now. We're going to go the route of boxing. Bring in Adelaide Bird for every fight.
Your boy shouldn't have illegally kneed that man.
No. It depends on how you look at it. You know, we need to bring in an American lawyer, and he'll break it down for us. I'm going to tell you something, Dave. It wasn't a great win at all. It was a parlay nightmare. And the thing is this.
It's a shitty loss, though. Shitty loss.
You've got the luck of the Irish. I don't know how it happens because you've got no Irish in you whatsoever.
I don't know.
Listen, man.
I've got some Polish in me.
Israel wins,
Polish power. Polish power. Let's go, baby. Come on.
Come on, Israel.
Let's
do it, man.
Polish power. Yeah.
Like Bones Jones can shut up tonight.
And Dave doesn't just brag forever because if my parlay comes through, if Dave's super parlay comes through, and we see some Polish power and a knockout like I'm predicting, I'm just gonna rub it in your face, AJ, forever. Fred, I will totally forget that you picked Israel Adesanya if he loses tonight. I just want you to know that I love you and I respect you too much to rub it in your face. But AJ is just a face rubber himself, so I'm just gonna stick it to AJ. I'll be like, AJ, I told you, you picked Israel, you were wrong again. I'm just gonna rub it in your face, and you'll be like, no, Fred picked AJ. No, Fred didn't pick Israel. Fred picked Yan, just like I did. Fred's smart. If no matter who wins, Fred, you picked him. As far as I'm concerned, all right.
Dave, the best
tonight is the night where Israel enters the GOAT conversation, man.
Yeah, division champion. I'm with Freddie there.
He's looking real skinny. He's looking real skinny for a 205er, is all I'm saying. But John Jones looks skinny for a 205er.
Yeah, has a lot of baby fat, man. What do you want me to say?
Okay. I think that's Polish power and magic rope. Taller, AJ, I don't know why you stopped believing in the magic rope.
Where is that rope?
Israel is taller and has bigger reach.
Yeah.
Yeah, not much. A 2-inch
Jan is thicker and has more Polish power. Israel has 0 Polish power. None. He has no percent Polish
power, man.
Yeah, that's pretty good,
He's got Nigeria power. Exactly,
pretty good, too.
Man. Listen, the best, Dave, is the production team that says, they actually put out a comment, the production team doesn't bet on the fights.
That's right.
You should, man, because you would have won with us and not be like cheating Dave over there.
What do you mean you would have won with us? Sterling. AJ, your parlay's fucked. What are you talking about? You would have won with us. You lost.
I'm going to cheat. Next
you
week
should
I'm
bet
cheating,
because you would have won with us, knowing you have a losing parlay tonight. What are you talking about? AJ just changes the facts to suit whatever sentence he's saying at the moment.
I'm still not sure AJ understands what a parlay is.
No, he doesn't.
No, I understand it very well. I didn't win it tonight because of I don't even say AEW or WWE. I just want to say by theatrics, because if you weren't that injured, you wouldn't be doing an interview. I know if I got hit by a car, I wouldn't be running for a jog right after. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Last week,
if you've got concussed, there's no way you're doing an interview.
Last week, AJ had me convinced that because of the draw between who were those people? Who was fighting? I can't even remember now.
It was a disaster.
Silva and what's her face?
It was
a draw.
Montana De La Rosa
and Bueno Silva, right? So that fight ended in a draw, and I had Montana to win on my parlay. But I had Cyril Gann to win. I had Magomed Ankalaev. I had Alexis Davis. I had Dustin Jacoby. I had Alex Caceres. I had all winners except for that one Montana De La Rosa draw. And AJ last week had me convinced that my parlay was lost and I lost all my money because I bet on the draw. But you can't bet on the draw. So I won. It was a push, and I still won my money. So AJ last week convinced me of all sorts of weird things. I'm not going to let you fool me again, AJ. Always trying to trick me.
Freckle says I'm in hell. Damn right. When I have to deal with this, man, what do you think? Purgatory is the easy part.
Okay.
Johnny North could jog after getting hit by a car. It's probably true.
Yeah, he's a beast. So here comes the champion of the UFC light heavyweight division, big ol' Jan Błachowicz out of Poland. He is walking to the octagon. Just to recap the action tonight, give you the results of what's happened so far. We had the opener, a bantamweight fight. Trevin Jones got the knockout over Mario Batista in the second round. Uros Medic in a lightweight fight beating Alon Cruz by TKO in the first round. Hey, Jay, we can hear you. You're on mic. Amanda Lemos in a women's strawweight fight getting a TKO win over Olivia Renata Souza in the first round. Sean Brady submitting Jake Matthews with an arm triangle in the third. Kennedy Nwezechukwu beat Carlos Olberg by knockout in the second. Tim Elliott with a decision victory over Jordan Espinoza. Kai Kara France knocking out Rogerio Bontorian in the first round. Askar Askarov with a decision victory over Joseph Benavidez. Kyler Phillips in the bantamweight division with a nice win over Song Yadong by unanimous decision. Dominic Cruz with a split decision victory over Casey Kenny. Alexander Rakic opening the pay-per-view with a decision victory unanimously over Thiago Santos. Islam Makhachev submitting Drew Dober with a nice shoulder, arm triangle, Von Flue tile choke, really nice. You say Von Flute? Aljamain Sterling getting the disqualification win over Piotr Jan after an illegal knee when Sterling was down in the fourth round. Sterling now the new UFC bantamweight champion. And Amanda Nunes submitting Megan Anderson in just 2 minutes and 3 seconds after dropping her with some punches. She finished her with the armbar. 2 minutes, 3 seconds, title defense. Amanda still the UFC women's featherweight champion. And now it's Jan Błachowicz versus Israel Adesanya for the UFC light heavyweight championship.
What an easy win for Amanda.
Wow. Easy win for Amanda, yeah.
Well, easy, man. Like, she didn't break a sweat, man. That's ridiculous. And everybody was like, oh, she's been out of the fight game for too long now. It's going to be like whatever, blah, blah, blah. Man.
Polish power. I forgot. Polish power.
Well, Polish power, man. Tonight could be the night, man. You know what? Like, the way things are going, I have a feeling, and I know Freddie picked Israel, and I think Israel's going to take it, man. And I love the Poles. I love Polish fighters. I love Polish MMA. Jan is awesome.
Here he goes.
But Israel,
you love
Israel is going to take it.
Hedging his bets. AJ's hedging his bets here.
Got to give him credit. GameStop.
Is a
we should
big
put the
fight.
brother when AJ starts going in his love fest, we should put the Brother Love team behind it. You know, like, I love you.
Or we just do AJ full screen and put all sorts of hearts around him, you know? Like, just do this, and then we get hearts around AJ.
Why don't
full
you get
screen
some hearts?
AJ.
You want me to get some? I can get some hearts.
No,
where are they?
We're good.
We gotta find them.
We're good
You
on
sure?
the hearts, yeah.
Me and Johnny could
Israel Adesanya, the challenger, coming in at 200.5 pounds, minus 250 the favorite. Big favorite going into this fight. 20-0 MMA, undefeated. 20-0 Israel Adesanya. Monster. Tremendous fighter. If he wins this fight, Fred, you're right. He becomes, a guy who's in the conversation of the greatest of all time. He wins this fight. Maybe he brings John Jones back to the light heavyweight division, or maybe he goes up to heavyweight to fight John Jones. He's been talking about all sorts of stuff. Who knows what he might do if he wins this fight. If he wins this fight, he wants to
go to heavyweight.
The first guy to become middleweight and light heavyweight champion in the UFC. Nobody's done that before, right? That'd be pretty
nobody's
big.
Gone to a. Listen, man, his goal right now is to win this and go after Jones in heavyweight. And I'm telling you, if he's under in light heavyweight, he's going to be under in heavyweight, no doubt about it. But this guy here, this
is the biggest jump. This is the biggest weight jump that any champion has ever attempted to do. Right, George St. Pierre.
Right.
He holds the record. He went from the 170-pound division to 185. So he's got the biggest weight discrepancy between championships. Most of the double champs in the UFC, there's 10 pounds between the weights, right?
What about DC? What about
you're right. DC was 205 and heavyweight champion. Yeah, you're right. Oh, you're right about that.
And I was gonna say, Costa, man, is almost as big as Yan, if not. Like, I think.
I don't know.
You say Yan has a size advantage, and we'll see.
That's what I said. Freddie, that's what I said on Thursday. Exactly the same thing.
The thickness,
said, Paulo Costa,
the shoulders, the back, the chest.
Yeah, but Costa's a beast. You saw how thick he is?
The neck.
Exactly.
Look at Yan's head. The fight is on.
Paulo Costa's head is just
Round
a big
one.
target. Let's be honest.
Yeah. I mean, Israel could definitely win. He's very skilled. He's an excellent fighter.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think Yan is going to win. He's my bet. That's all I'm saying. I picked Yan. Could this fight go to Israel? Of course, man. Israel's very good. I'm not going to say he's not a bad fighter. He's a world champion for a reason. I just think that he jumped up a little bit too much in weight. You look at the thickness of their arms. Yan just is a thicker guy. And sometimes, as great as you are, that weight, the divisions are there for a reason. And I'm just believing in that right now. Okay, AJ? Take it easy.
If you look at Israel's
record. Fix your camera too, AJ.
If you look at Israel's record, he has a win over Melvin Gaillard, who fought at 155 most of his career. So that's a little a weird one.
Yeah. What happened to AJ? Did he freeze out again?
No. Looks like it.
Yeah, AJ froze out again. He's trying to say that he didn't. Though. Yeah, he said no, but he totally did. AJ's got, he's messing with his camera now. This is the time to do it in the main event. This is... when we're 2.5 hours into the watch along, this is the time to really tinker with your equipment and see if you got it right, AJ. That's the move. AJ, what are you doing? Why are you messing with your camera angle? Is your mic off again? What happened?
My mic is off, so I'm talking straight into the phone now.
All right, bye.
I don't know what the hell.
You're gone, AJ. I'm getting rid of you because your mic is off. Fix your mic. Oh, my. What? I don't understand how he has everything working and then all of a sudden... everything stops working.
I'm not sure.
Very strange. 2 minutes into this, I can't deal with AJ's technical problems right now. I'm trying to watch the main event, What is he doing? Israel throwing a kick, blocked by Yan. Yan throwing a jab. Interesting fight so far, man.
What is John Jones saying?
I don't know.
Trash talking yet?
Probably.
You should keep his Twitter feed close.
Yeah. Oh, Israel with a solid jab. Juliana Pena wants to fight Amanda Nunes. That'd be all right. She just called her out on Twitter.
She'd get beat, but
Pena's good though.
Like,
I think she would get beat, but I think anybody gets beat by Nunes.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said earlier, let's just appreciate her dominance, and whoever's next is.
No, you're not downloading anything on your phone.
AJ.
Yo, man. I don't know what the heck.
I don't know. AJ's yelling at his kid. I don't want to see that on the show. AJ, what are you doing?
I'm getting my technical team in here to find out what the problem is. I took him out of his nap.
Well, you're waking kids up because you don't know how to work your thing.
I think there's like some hacker there. Maybe I don't want to give any mentions. Maybe it's like, who knows? Rogan and his team.
Close first round, man. Not a ton of action, but they're both landing some shots here or there. Little kicks.
I think Izzy is
still... Listen, man, Israel's way to win this is he's got to be...
Yeah.
He's got to keep his distance. Yan, man, is... Of course, man. Israel is super fast, man. He's within his weight parameters. This guy is fast, man. If he plays this game of like keeping distance, throwing in those jabs, throwing in those kicks, he's gonna win this, man.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing he's got to worry about is being taken down to the canvas and being submitted by Yan. That's where Yan's strong point is. But you know what?
Yan's got heavy hands.
He's got heavy hands and he's got great submission.
One shot at the right spot.
Like anybody else, man. But the thing is that Israel is fast, man, and very technical.
Sure.
We'll see. It's only the first round.
Yeah.
But that's what Yan wants. He just wants to get that opportunity to throw that heavy right, and it's all over.
Israel seems to be a little bit busier, landing some leg kicks that seem to be, they work. They're working. Not much else. A lot of feints. But Israel seems to be controlling the action. I'd give him the first round, but not by much. Not by much.
But Dave, it doesn't matter because the first round for Israel is really like testing these waters, man. He's coming into like a different weight class, a different style of fighter. He's gonna play the first round, man. And I'm telling you, man, the second round he's gonna open up. Once he gets the feel, he's taken a few shots from Yan. He understands his power. It didn't do much. Israel's still like playing his game, and I'm telling you, man, Israel is going to be, like Fred said, like in talks of being one of the greatest. The first round, in my opinion, was Israel's.
Yeah, I think he won the first round. He won the first round, but not a super active first round.
It's Bell, exactly. Somebody was saying it's Bell. That's what it is. They're all mad at David. They're attacking me.
Yeah, right.
Because I'm the weakest link in the
You're the
IT.
Weakest link, that's for sure.
No. Maybe
we should switch internet.
To what? We're stuck here in Quebec.
Something else.
There's a lot of options. Videotron or Bell? What other options?
All right, we're into the second round here. Yan versus Israel.
When I did my speed test before the show, I was at 450 Mbps. So.
There you go. Yan needs to make this a little uglier, I think, if he wants to get in on Israel.
He can't, Dave.
He's playing this kind of technical game with Israel, and that's not what he wants. Israel's going to win this shit all day. Yan needs to rush him a little bit, hurt him.
Well, he's going to throw these heavy bombs.
Make him uncomfortable. He's too comfortable right now. Israel's playing his game. He's doing what he does. Yan's playing into it a little too much. Oof.
Man, Israel can get...
Israel just went.
Everything's on the mark.
He just feinted, and Yan, he bit on that feint pretty hard. Israel kind of feinted the spin, and Yan bit on it. Oh, Yan with some solid punches and a good kick to the body.
Well, that's his strong point, is that left kick, man, to the body.
He's got to close that distance.
Yan can throw that. Yeah, he's got to close that distance, put him up against the octagon, and just like start to break him down. But you got to get Israel in that position, which is hard, man. Look at those kicks, man. Israel's such nice kicks. Those high kicks are right on the mark.
Yan's starting to find his range a little bit. Landed a jab, landed a punch to the body. Getting a little bit more active, but Israel's still coming forward on him. Yeah. Israel's not landing a ton. You know, he's feinting and he's making Yan move, but he's not landing with a lot of shit so far. Still just 2 minutes gone in the second round. Yan's landing some decent punches to the body, little here, little there. Oh, Israel threw a big head kick. Missed, slipped, fell, got back to his feet pretty quick. Israel just kind of feints at Yan, and Yan doesn't seem to know where to go. And then Israel lands that calf kick. Yan can't wait for him. Oh, Yan grabbing a hold of him. Oof. Nice little knee from Yan on the break. But Israel slipped away real quick. Yan was going for a little takedown there, and Israel was not having it.
But like you said earlier, he needs to make it dirty. Yan needs to make it dirty. He needs to fight in that phone booth.
Yeah, right in that pocket for sure. But he needs to get in there, and he can only do that by driving Israel up against the octagon and then doing what he needs to do for like a dirty telephone phone fight, but telephone booth fight. The thing is that Israel is so fast, man. As soon as he's like driven back, he's like stepping out. Listen, man, Yan is
those leg.
If I'm looking at these
the leg
two
kicks
fighters,
are gonna take a toll.
On who? On who you're talking about?
On Yan. Israel's sending a lot of leg kicks, and I think that's gonna hurt Yan over the next couple of rounds.
Absolutely. Listen, man, as a former kickboxer, man, this is his game. And like you said, Dave.
He kicked him in the balls. Israel just kicked him right in the balls. So far, Israel has done an eye poke and now a ball kick in the second round.
So you're okay with Aljamain's cheating, but you're not okay with Israel's cheating.
How did Aljamain cheat? He got kneed in the head illegally. Right. How did he cheat? I'm not really sure how that happened.
By giving an interview after a supposed concussion? Come on, Dave.
He gave 110%, man.
All right. Good job, guys.
I'm not even sure that was to the balls, man.
Okay.
Just like the eye poke earlier, it didn't look like an eye poke.
No, it didn't look. Freddie, I agree with you. I'm looking at the shot to the nuts, and I'll tell you something. Not even close.
I'll tell you something. He kicked him in the butts.
How to cheat. You and Bones Jones, man, talking about, hey, man, it's okay. I'm all about fairness in the game, Dave. All about no pico grabs and none of that kind of stuff.
Sure you are, AJ. Sure you are.
I'll tell you what, I'm still with Izzy on this fight, but I'm starting to think that John Jones is probably too big for him because he is a little bit small for this division.
Yeah. How are you scoring this round so far?
But
I think it's going to go to Izzy again.
Freddie,
I don't know about
has more of a body type. He has more of a body type to Bones Jones than he has to Yan or to Paulo Costa, and Israel did very well against Costa and all the rest. Romero, whoever. So, you know what? I think he's very confident that he could go up against Bones Jones. And to be honest, if you look at his fighting style right now, like it's very similar to Bones Jones, man. Like it's I'm surprised that he's keeping this pace, man.
I mean, he's landed some leg kicks. That's pretty much all he landed in this round. Yan with a body kick, with some punches to the body, landed a couple punches to the face. I don't know, I feel like Yan won the second round. I know you guys don't, but I don't know.
Anthony Plesha says this fight should end in a draw.
I don't know about that second round. That was a little closer than the first one.
It was, but
I don't know, and both rounds haven't been overwhelming either way.
Yeah, those inside leg kicks, man, are right on the mark.
I don't know. That second round was not convincing. Maybe Israel. Maybe Yan.
He's breathing heavily, Yan. That's the thing. So, still,
he's being forced to move a lot. Israel definitely is going to have an advantage when it comes to the, the pace and stuff like that.
Continue with the leg kicks, man. Continue to. Those leg kicks are effective.
Somebody on the screen is scoring a second round for Israel. Somebody on the screen scoring a second round for Yan. Oh, Yan had landing a couple good punches there. Oh, there's a couple good shots from Yan. Oh, Yan with a takedown. Oh, Yan's on top now. Yan's got his back. This is when it gets
dangerous.
Oh, with a knee now. He's Yan's wobbled now. Yan is wobbled. Israel hurt him. Good God. Now they're opening up here. Whoa. Oh. 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 Israel's starting to feel it, though. He's starting to land more. I like that takedown, that exchange when Israel was in a little trouble. It, woke him up, and now he's opening up on Yan. And Yan looks like he's in trouble.
Israel didn't cut weight also, so that might be something that's going to help him in the later.
For sure. I think he's going to have the cardio advantage. Yan's starting to land some good punches, though, Oh, Israel landing good, too. Oh, Yan grabbing a body lock again. He's really trying to get that takedown. He wants to get his weight on top of Israel, which is smart. But Israel is fighting that takedown really well. Very hard to take down. It looks very slippery, too. Very shiny.
What, you're accusing him of cheating right now?
No, I'm just saying he might be really sweaty. I don't know.
He's trying to say,
maybe. I mean,
I know what you're saying, Dave.
Yeah, he's cheating. That's right, guys.
Vaseline bath?
Yeah.
Nah, it's the olive oil before the fight, Eating lots of olive oil. I don't want to mention any fighters, apparently, from Quebec that used to do that. Okay. No names mentioned. I don't want to get in trouble.
So, yeah, all right, AJ. Just making shit up again.
No. It's not shit on that, man. This is fact.
Yan was going for that takedown. It's not working. He's going for the takedown. It is just not working. Every time he goes for it, Israel's defending it. Went for that takedown against the fence. They push apart. They're in the center again. Israel definitely looks like the fresher fighter right now. We got 2 minutes left in the third round. He's moving really well. But Yan has tagged him a couple times. Israel's there to be hit.
Round, but
yeah.
I just like how Izzy is moving, so that's why I'm giving him the rounds, but it's another close round.
But as far as what's actually connecting, you could say, Israel moves nicer. He's got nicer footwork, but Yan is connecting too. And I'm not sure he's connecting less than Israel at this point in this round. Maybe slightly less, but it's close, man. This is a close fight. Body kick to from Yan there. A jab, Another jab. He's landing. Punch to the body. Another left hook. Yan is landing. Israel is controlling the center, but Yan is landing his punches.
Yeah, but
Israel's landing too.
Look at Yan's lead leg, man. It's it's taking a toll, man.
Maybe.
Look at that left. Look. It's
again another body lock, another clinch, pushes him against the fence. They're putting up the round 3 significant strikes. They have Adesanya 22, Błachowicz 20. All right.
Makes sense. Absolutely.
Pretty close. Those are just numbers from the UFC. Who knows? Who knows? And the judges see it. They don't get those numbers. They see it their own way.
They sure do.
All right. Oh, another jab from Yan there. I don't know. Interesting third round. Maybe it's Israel's. Maybe it's Yan's. I don't know, man. I'm going to go with Yan. I think Yan won the third.
Right, Fred? 3-0. No.
3-0.
Yeah, I agree with Freddie on that.
I think Israel probably won the third round. What did I score the second? Yan? Did I give it to Yan? Yeah, Yan. Yan second, but I think Israel probably won the first and third. Probably. But I don't know, man. None of these rounds have been super clear either way.
He's tired, man. He's tired. Yan is tired.
They're showing the highlights, and it's like all Yan landing.
It's 2 rounds in a row where Izzy barely takes any water. I think he's in really good shape right now.
And he doesn't sit down either.
His coach gave him. Yeah, he gave him the bottle, and Izzy both times just barely took a small sip.
They're showing all sorts of Yan highlights during the break here between rounds. Saying? Into the fourth round. Some people have it Israel up 2-1. Some people have it Israel up 3-0.
Yeah. I thought Yan would be more explosive in the first 2 rounds, really come out with that power punch, try to take him down. He tried, but he didn't do much. So I'm kind of surprised.
Oh, Polish Power looks pretty goddamn tired right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, where's the Polish Power right now?
Oh!
Well,
there was a big shot.
I
don't know. I mean, that was a good, solid right hand that pushed Adesanya back. I mean, Adesanya came right back and kept moving forward, but he got hit. Oh, again. Nice left hook from Błachowicz. Jan's looking all right in this fourth round. He looked tired, but he's landing some shots. Ooh, Israel landed a good, solid shot, though. Nice punch from Israel. Nice right hand, straight right. Oh, and now he's pouring it on. Nice combo from Israel. Yan looking for the takedown, and he finally gets it. Oh, he needed it there. Israel was starting to open up on him, and Yan gets the takedown. He's now on top, and he easily passed the guard into half. This is big now with 3 minutes left in the fourth round. Yan needed this takedown. Israel needs to stay composed.
A purple belt in jiu-jitsu, Dave.
All right. What's Yan?
We'll see what happens. Did I say Yan? I meant Israel.
Yeah, but what's Yan if Israel's a purple belt?
I'm not sure what Yan is, but I know that.
Well, Yan is on top right now. Top half on Israel. Israel looking to shrimp out and escape, but Yan is holding them pretty tight.
Damn.
I mean, Yan is big on top of him. Big and strong and heavy. It's going to be tough for Israel to get out from under this guy. That was a huge takedown for Yan. Huge. But he's got to make something happen. He might be down 3-0 here, right? So if he wants to win, he might have to make something happen right here.
After this one also.
That's right.
This is a tight fight. The fifth round's going to be important.
The next 2 minutes are important.
If I'm Israel, I don't assume that I have 3 rounds in my on my side. Some of those rounds might have went to Yan. So.
Yan's got about a minute and a half left here on top. Still on top half guard. landed some punches.
Izzy's not doing much to try to get out.
No. He's trying to shrimp a little bit, but it's just not working. And now Yan passing into side control. He's got a minute here. He's got him inside. It's a really good position here for Yan. I don't think he's got enough time left to do what he needs to do to finish the fight here with only 40 seconds left to go. But he is inside control in the middle of the octagon, controlling Israel. Oh, Israel, I think, got him back to his half. Yeah, shot him back to half guard. But Yan is still on top, throwing some punches. Not with a lot of pop to them, though. He hasn't done a lot of damage from the top position, but he's held control and he's landed punches. To the body, to the head. Nothing that hurt, but that's how you win a round. It's not how you win the fight, though.
Yeah, this is
it's not how you finish the fight.
Definitely the round for Yan, and round 5 is going to be important for both guys, man.
Yeah.
It might be decided in round 5.
I think it's tied 2-2. Freddie and AJ have it 3-1. We're going into the 5th round. Yeah. Yan won the 4th round, but if he doesn't get another takedown here in the 5th, he might be in trouble because Israel was really starting to open up on him on the 4th before he got that takedown.
Izzy got up pretty, like he still looks in shape. Yan looks a little bit winded, but
Yan looks tired.
He just needs one takedown, though, to put his weight on Izzy for another 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Interesting fight here. Going into the 5th and final round for the UFC light heavyweight title. Israel might be up 3 rounds to 1. It might be 2-2.
And Dave, I had called this, depending on what happens in this 5th round. I said this was going to go to distance for Israel in the win. So it might happen because I think he's ahead in the card. Dave, listen,
bet
man.
99 live bet. Bet 99 live bet has Błachowicz as the favorite right now at minus 125.
Interesting.
Adesanya minus 110.
Slight favorite. Some people scoring it a tie. A lot of people scoring it a tie. A lot of these rounds were close.
It, man.
Israel just ate a jab that popped his head right back. Interesting 5th round. We're in the 5th and final. Yan is popping that jab. Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's breathing
nice push
really
kick.
heavy.
Israel's looking a little slower in this round, too, though. I mean, they fought for 20 minutes, and he just had Yan on top of him for a good round, you know? Whew. I'm nervous watching this shit. This is crazy. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Israel looking good, though. Oh, nice jab by Yan. Another one. Damn. It's like Israel starts looking good, then Yan fires back. This is a hell of a fight. These guys are focused, man. You could see they're honed in here.
I don't like how Izzy has his hands low. Like,
No.
I'd be scared that Yan catches him at some point.
Kind of like Anderson Silva when he used to drop his hands, and which he did get caught.
But in the earlier rounds, I feel like Izzy was having a better stance right now than this. But 5th round, they're both tired.
Maybe he's really concerned about that takedown, too, though. You know, you want to keep the hands low to defend the takedown. He doesn't want to get taken down again. It could be real bad. He didn't like it.
Close, man.
Oh, it's real close. It is real close. We got half a round in, half a round to go in the 5th and final round for the UFC light heavyweight title. And I don't know. They're saying Israel has 13-9 in significant strikes. Oh, Błachowicz with a takedown. with 2.5 minutes left in the round. That is massive.
Yep.
Błachowicz with a scoop double. Brings him down in the guard now of Israel Adesanya. That's where he wants to be. Oh, shit. And if this fight is tied, that could be the fight-winning takedown here for Jan Błachowicz. If he can maintain control, he'll probably win this round.
Izzy was a little careless. I feel like he that takedown was not.
It was
easy, but I mean, Jan.
No,
Yeah, it was
he
close
made it
to
look
easy.
It was close to easy because he didn't even defend it. He just he just went up. There was no defense whatsoever.
And he's tired. He looked like he's
mental fatigue.
Tired.
Yeah, exactly. He's tired. That's exactly what he just let it happen.
That round four drained him a lot.
Yeah. If that didn't happen, Freddie, I think he was winning this round.
He might have been. It was close, though. I don't know. Jan was landing some good jabs that popped Izzy's head back. Jan is winning this round for sure right now with about just over a minute left in the fifth and final. Jan Błachowicz looks like he's going to win the fifth round. Will it be enough to win him the championship fight, though? I don't know. Is it enough to win the decision? I don't know. You guys don't think so?
The first 3 rounds were pretty close, so I gave them to Israel, but I could see judges, when 3 rounds are close, are you really giving all 3 rounds to the same guy? You might have a temptation to give one to the other guy,
Yep. You can see that, right? You can see that. Jan just smothering Israel all over him, on top of him, in half guard. Israel cannot get out from under him. He can't. He doesn't have the size. This is where the size really plays a factor. With the much bigger guy on top of you, and you're tired, and he's throwing punches. And that's how this fight is going to end, with Jan Błachowicz hammering down punches on Israel Adesanya from top mount. Wow. Top mount. That's how you end it. That's how you finish a fight, Jan Błachowicz.
Yeah, which is enough for you to win the fight.
I've got Jan winning this fight. I think Jan wins 3 rounds to 2. I gave Jan round 2, 4, and 5.
Look, this fifth round was the round that would go. It would sway to one over the other, and I think it obviously went towards Jan. The last 2 minutes were just Jan controlling Israel, and it's too bad because Israel was doing pretty well in the first 2 minutes. That's it.
He did Polish well in this fight.
I think Polish Power.
I believe Polish Power has won, but you never know. The judges, you never know. Those first 3 rounds were extremely close. Those first 3 rounds could have gone to Israel on all 3 judges' scorecards, in which case Jan is not the champion anymore. Jan definitely won round 4. He definitely won round 5. But did he win any of the first 3? Did he win any of those rounds? We'll find out.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy, man. Look, if Israel doesn't win, man, there goes the opportunity for Israel to fight John Bones Jones. And it's too bad, man. It throws a whole wrench into the plans of Dana White, hoping that Israel would probably win this and set up for another light heavyweight fight against Bones Jones.
Israel looks like he thinks he won. I think Israel thinks he won. Maybe Israel did win.
I mean, listen, the fifth man was definitely not Israel's. But was it enough in the judges' eyes? I don't know, man. We'll see.
Israel might have won on the judges' scorecards, man.
Man, to beat the champ, man, it has to be clear-cut, right? Was it clear-cut to you? Not enough, man, in my opinion. And I'm going for Israel. I took Israel for the win, but I have a feeling that Jan pulled it off with the fifth, and it was enough to make the judges go his way. And it wasn't enough for Israel to say that he beat the champ.
I don't know, man. I'm nervous about this.
Look at Dana.
I don't trust judges.
In the back.
I don't trust judges.
Look at Dana, man. Well, of course you don't trust
I'm not
judges.
sure.
Look what happened tonight. Look what happened in the last weeks with the draw. There's too many things that are just it doesn't make sense in the UFC. And a lot of times it's because guys that are and women that are judging the fights are not really MMA judges. They're coming from boxing backgrounds, maybe some karate backgrounds, the associations.
Hold on. Here we go. There we go. 49-46, 49-46, 49-45, unanimous, and still UFC light heavyweight champion, Polish Power, Jan Błachowicz. And still 49-46, 49-46, 49-45. That means 4 rounds to one? Pardon me? That's a lot. Yeah. That's a lot. But you know what? You know what the most important thing is here, guys? That if you bet with Dave, if you're on the Super Dave team, the Super Dave Parlay, you cashed in, you won money at Bet99. Go to Bet99.com, use that promo code Ringside. You get a matching bonus up to $600. And if you bet with Dave for 2 weekends in a row, we won together. Bet with Dave, Team Dave at Bet99. Team Dave. Woo woo.
Come on, man. Did he win 4 rounds?
Polish Power. Who gives a fuck?
Polish Power. Come on, man. Such bullshit. Tonight is the night of bullshit, man.
I don't think he did. I think he won the second. But like I was saying, guys, did he win the third? And you're like, no. And I'm like, I don't know. I think he might have won the third. The judges thought all of the judges probably thought he won the third, because the first you got to give to Israel, I think. But the second, third, fourth, and fifth, I think they gave to Yan. And one of them was a 10-8. Maybe the last round was a 10-8, which makes sense because he had him in full mount as he was raining blows upon him when the fight was ending. So I see how you could score one round at 10-8, and if it was any round, it would be the fifth. Good God Almighty, though. I mean, they gave 4 rounds. All 3 judges scoring 4 rounds for Yan. And both of you guys had 3 rounds for Israel. Well, it was close, though. I mean, Fred, you had it pretty close. Fred, you picked Yan. As I said, you were with me on Team Dave picking Jan Błachowicz. Congratulations, Fred, another victory. AJ, I told you not to go with Israel. I told you last time not to go with Paulo Costa, and you went with him, and Israel won. And I told you to go with Israel. And this time I said, go against Israel. And you know me, I'm a Jewish man. I rarely tell you to go against Israel. But tonight I had to do it for my Polish brethren, Polish Power. And I went with him, and he won. I believe that he won that fight. I thought he won at least 3 rounds. 4 seems like a bit of a stretch, but I'm not a professional MMA judge. I'm just a guy on the things, talking to you. You guys are in shock. Are you guys okay?
Well, I'm just looking at the comments. I'm seeing like Charles Tarrington. He said the second, third, and fifth definitely should go to Yan.
There you go.
Yeah, the second,
third, fourth, and fifth. The fourth, too. The fourth and fifth. Fourth and fifth, 100%. Yeah, second, third, fourth, fifth. Sure. Yeah. Jason Pete. Jason Pete thought 3-2, but not 4-1.
I agree with that.
Jason says, imagine if he wrestled him early. He tried to wrestle him early. It didn't work, man. He could only wrestle him when he got tired. He got that nice power takedown in the fourth, and then in the fifth, he was tired and he got another takedown. Takedowns were the key to victory. Sorry, Fred. Go ahead.
Disappointed a bit with his ground game, is he? Like, he was trying to shrimp a little bit, but he didn't bump much. Like, I don't know. I thought with his athleticism and all, I expected him to be able to get out of these situations, but once he was on the ground, he had nothing.
The guy's so much bigger than him, though, So much bigger. I didn't think it was so terrible. I mean, the guy's so much bigger than him. When you're on top, and, he's good, too.
Yeah, but he couldn't knock him out, right?
He didn't knock him out. He didn't knock him out, but he beat him, didn't he, AJ? He beat him. Like I told you he would.
Beat him? I don't know,
like I said he would on the Dave Parlay. All my Dave Parlay winners. Aljamain with the win. Yan with the win.
Some Chelsea Pimentel says, I'm Polish and I went against him. I ate that up. Yeah, for sure, man. Listen, the Polish MMA scene is like awesome, man. The Polish fighters are awesome. I really thought Israel was going to be able to pull it off. And he looked like he could have done it a few times, but when he was taken down by Yan, that's it, man. Yan's top game is where it's at, which I was kind of surprised that he didn't submit him because he's capable of doing that. And he did actually, you know what? Moving up into light heavyweight, you got to give him a lot of credit, Dave. Israel did pretty well. He went 5 rounds, man. And you know what? Look, a lot of people are saying it was 3-2, not 4-1, and I agree with that. I thought, look, the first, second, and third round, man, I thought it was Israel's way. It was very close. The second was very close, but I don't know, man. Yeah, you can finish him on the ground. There's no doubt about it.
AJ can't believe it. AJ's in shock.
Well, look, I'm not in shock. I give you're fighting Yan, man. Yan is not a joke. But what I'm shocked about is that Yan didn't submit him when he had the opportunity and didn't knock him out with that heavy hand. So
we're talking about
take shots.
Israel Adesanya, who just lost his first ever fight in MMA. He has never lost. He's 20-1. You're like, oh, I can't believe he didn't finish him. This guy, Jan Błachowicz, just beat Israel Adesanya, one of the best fighters in the world today, 20-0, undefeated, coming into this fight. Monster. And a guy who, you know, some people thought won tonight. So I'm not going to take anything away from anybody tonight. This is Israel Adesanya, who tried to do the impossible, go up to 205 and fight a monster in Jan Błachowicz. He came in undersized, and he paid the price. That's what I think. I think if Israel Adesanya takes a year off, gets big, like what John Jones is doing to get big and customize his body for heavyweight. If Israel did that for light heavyweight, yeah, maybe he'd be champion. But that's not what he did. He figured he was unstoppable. He was beating all the middleweights. He moved up. He was underweight for this fight. He got taken down, and the weight was a factor. Israel's still great. He's still the best middleweight in the world, but, you know.
See, I think John Jones had Izzy winning because 17 minutes ago, he tweeted, "Can't wait to make this bitch eat his words." And then 11 minutes ago when the fight finished, he said, "Yeah, never mind. That's not even worth my time." So yeah, I think John Jones had Izzy winning.
Here's John Jones' latest tweet. "Dare to be great. Good job, kid." I think he's giving Izzy his props. Izzy went out there. He had a good performance. Yeah. John Jones giving him his props. What else is John Jones saying tonight?
But it's unfortunate because now we're not going to see that fight. I saw Acme putting out, what does this mean for Jones versus Izzy? It means it's not going to happen now. Jones is going to just concentrate on the heavyweight.
No point to it.
He's going to do whatever he can. There's no point to it now, which is unfortunate because I wanted to see that fight. But it doesn't mean it can't happen. It doesn't mean that it can't happen in light heavyweight where Izzy might come back. I mean, listen, anything's possible. And to be honest, he went 5 rounds against a much bigger opponent who's always fought in the light heavyweight division. He's never gone up and has never gone down. Jan has always fought in light heavyweight. And he did really well, but he didn't do what most people thought he was going to do, either submit him or knock him out. Israel did well, man, considering this was his first fight. And I hope he fights again in light heavyweight. Izzy is the people's champ, man. And the thing is that, look.
Okay, guys.
He is.
Yan
is the people's champ.
Yan is the champ.
He is. He is, man, but there's a lot of respect to Israel to do what he did, man. You know, and you know what? Not to take away from Jan, man. He defended his belt, and he defended it well. But it wasn't like the most exciting title fight. And it was good, but it wasn't great. Let's be honest. I don't think it was that exciting, man. You know, there wasn't moments where you're like, wow, like, you know, either or could have went and won the fight. I don't know. It was good, but we'll see what happens. There's a lot of guys coming up from the light heavyweight. We'll see what happens.
What an impressive win for Jan Błachowicz, but I do think that he is in tough with the rest of the light heavyweight division. We saw one of those guys tonight looking really good in Rakic, right? We talked about Yuri Prochazka. We've talked about Magomed Ankalaev. The young lions of the light heavyweight division are out there. Rakic, Prochazka, Ankalaev. Nikita Krylov, Johnny Walker's making a comeback. You know, these guys are all out there. It's a tough division, but Jan Błachowicz right now stands on top of it, and he just beat the middleweight champion of the world. He just gave Israel Adesanya his first ever loss in MMA. That's a big deal. And Israel went up. He tried. But look, we've seen a lot of great champions move up in weight and attempt to become champions or, you know, have success in higher weight classes and not have success and then go back down and do just fine. Look at Max Holloway. Going up to 155 and losing to Dustin Poirier didn't do anything to hurt Max Holloway. He's still great. He looked better than ever in his last fight. So guys go up. They don't have success. They go back down. They're fine. I think Israel will go back down to middleweight, fight some of the top challenges there, and there you go.
Well, most fighters that have gone up in weight to fight for a title that have already had a title in another division have actually won. So Israel's probably the first that hasn't won. And you know what? But he did well considering. So I don't take that away. And it's right. I see some of the comments from Acme saying, like, look, if he would have fought Jones when he had the chance, and even if he lost, he would have lost to, like, the GOAT, which is true. If you're going to lose
Did he have the
John
chance,
Jones,
though? Was that fight ever really on the table? Was it, though?
It could have
I don't think Jones was really that interested in it. It didn't really make sense. Israel needed to win this fight tonight to get John Jones really interested in that fight.
Well, if he would have won, it would have been interesting, but now it makes no sense.
Yeah.
No, it makes no sense.
Well, that's it. If he would have won, yeah. If Israel wins tonight, him against John Jones is the fight to make, but he doesn't win tonight, so.
Man. Too bad. And I was looking at what Jason said. He says that, like, even when he was in his guard, like, he wasn't using any of, like, you know, his feet on the hips to push him out and whatnot. And the thing is with Izzy is, like I was trying to say earlier, he trains at Atos. He's a purple belt in jiu-jitsu with Andre Galvao. Andre Galvao is one of the best jiu-jitsu fighters in the world, man. 4-time, like, ADCC super fight champion, man.
And?
What I'm trying to say is he did pretty well with a guy like Jan who can submit you and is very good at his top game. He did well when Jan was on top of him. What wasn't well was the weight distribution. You know, like when you have a guy that's like, whatever, 20, 30 pounds heavier than you on a top mount putting pressure, man, it gasses you out. And that's what happened with Izzy. He gassed out at the end when it came down to be taken down to the ground. But standing up, man, he looked good, man. If he wasn't taken down in the 5th, I think it could have been different. I don't know, man. It's
if he wasn't taken down, it could have been different. You are right about that. But he was taken down, and that was a big reason why he lost the fight, AJ. That's a fight game.
I know that.
That's how these things work, right?
But he still did very well in avoiding, like, the submission. Like, you've got Jan that can submit you. So he did very well. And what I'm trying to say is that training with Andre Galvao obviously showed and helped. But, yes, there was some, like, mistakes when he was in guard where he could have, like, pulled out. But that shit happens, you know?
Well, I mean, Israel wasn't able to do much, and I think, you know, he just didn't have the legs to do it anymore. I think he was a little tired, and he just didn't have the push.
Legs.
You know, once in that 4th round, you get taken down. The 5th round, you're taken down. Like, come on, man. You don't have that push to get out from under the much, much bigger man. And I think that I would have loved to have seen the day of, you know, the pre-fight weight of Jan Błachowicz to really know how much he weighed compared to Israel. I think he outweighed him by at least 20, maybe 30 pounds in the cage. I want to give a shout-out to our members, Jason Pete. Who else do we see here tonight? Patrick C. Hamilton, Douglas Hepburn, Jason. I saw Leor as well. Shout-out to Doug and Jason and Angelo and everybody that I saw here tonight in the chat. We appreciate you. Become a member. Don't forget to become a member of the team. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and when you subscribe, click the bell so you get notifications every time we are on. Become a member. Go to donate.ringsidereport.net. That's donate.ringsidereport.net. And go to merch.ringsidereport.net as well to get our merch. Okay? Merch.ringsidereport.net. You could follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Dave Simon MMA. You could follow AJ at Danny Bruck, and I would tell you to follow Fred, but he's been banned from Twitter for some reason. I still don't understand what happened.
Freddie's been bad.
I don't get it.
Him and Donald Trump, man. Trump and Freddie got bad.
I don't know. Fred will be back. They're going to bring Fred back. I don't know. Twitter's got to unban Fred or just start a new account. I don't know. What's happening, Fred? Any update on that? No update.
I don't know. They didn't answer.
That's crazy. All right. Bring back Fred.
I got the documents.
Fred has the documents. That's why they're scared of him. All right. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We appreciate you. Thanks, Doug. Thanks, Jason. Glad you guys liked the show. I'll be back here tomorrow night at around 11 p.m. for the AEW Revolution post-show watch-along deal. We're going to be watching some AEW wrestling with you here tomorrow night on the channel. Back here at 11 tomorrow night and 11 on Monday night right after WWE Monday Night Raw. Thanks, everybody, for watching. That's the show. See you later.